Starting at guard, a 5'5" freshman, number 13, Sabrina White.
Good job, that's fine. Good job.
A 5'6" freshman guard, number 20, Erica Faulkner. A 5'9" sophomore guard, number 23, Alexis Augusta.
It's really
loud. 5'9" sophomore forward, number 24, Aisha Ward. And then forward, a 6-foot freshman, number 34, Patricia Raleigh. Assistant coach for the Lady Trojans, Dr. Dwayne Cox, the head coach, Bernadette McDonald.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the J.T. Hall Coliseum for tonight's Mac Jack basketball game between the Mississippi Delta Community College Lady Trojans and the visiting MDCC Lady Lions. We are almost ready for tip-off here. Let's go over the starting lineups first for the East Mississippi Community College Lady Lions, who are visiting this evening. The Lady Lions will be going with Taisha Juwan, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Jonesboro, Georgia. Also at guard, Kezia Lucky, a 5'7" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. She makes the long trip to Moorhead, Mississippi. Emily Evans, a 5'7" freshman guard from South Haven. Brianna Page, a 5'7" freshman forward from Laurel, Mississippi. And a 5'11" sophomore forward, number 24, Kayla Rogers, rounds out the starting five. Tip-off handled by Mississippi Delta. The Lady Trojan starters will be number 13, Sabrina White, number 20, Erica Faulkner, number 23, Alexis Augustus, number 24, the local Asia Ward, number 34, Patricia Lawless. Trojans will miss on their first free throw attempt, or field goal attempt. In an attempt to save the basketball, Sabrina White throws it off the Lady Lion defender. It'll be off the Lady Lions, and it'll be Trojan basketball. Alexis Augustus, top of the circle. She passes to Lawless. Lawless back to Sabrina White, who will run the point tonight for the Trojans. She'll dribble handoff to Faulkner. Faulkner, another dribble handoff to Augustus. Augustus in the lane, hangs in the air. Her shot no good left. Erica Faulkner will grab the rebound, save it, pass it off to Alexis Augustus with a new shot clock. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, and we have a traveling violation on the floor, and it'll be Lady Lion basketball, the first Mississippi Delta turnover of the ball game. 1 minute into the contest. Lady Lions with the basketball. The tip was controlled by Mississippi Delta. The Lady Trojans looking to come off their overtime loss at home on Saturday to Itawamba. We have a foul on the floor. Sabrina White commits her first personal.
I'm on you, camera 3.
It'll be a shooting foul. 2 shots upcoming for Kezia Lucky. It's like a 5'7" guard all the way from Brooklyn, New York. Her first one is good.
Hey, you've got to keep your hand on the tripod, 3. You just cut her head off. We don't want her head cut off.
Second free throw attempt upcoming for Lucky.
She needs to be in the center.
Lucky, a sophomore, and her second one is no good. Rebound goes to Asia Ward, up to Sabrina White, and here come the Lady Trojans offense. Erica Faulkner will pull up at 3. Her shot long, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Lions. Lady Lions will move the ball up the floor quickly. Kasia Lucky will do the handling of the basketball for the Lady Lions tonight. Her little dribble panned off. Good defense at the top of the circle by Asia Ward. Loose ball on the floor. And it'll be finally corralled by the Lions. However, there's a jump ball called. Possession arrow will remain with East Mississippi.
Asia, mute your phone. Mute it. I don't want to hear noise. Anna, mute your phone.
Lady Lion basketball from the far sideline.
Thank you.
Kasia Lucky at the top of the circle, defended by Sabrina White. Hand off to Juwan. Juwan will pass it off. That shot is blocked. However, there's a foul on the floor. That'll be Asia Ward picking up her first personal. This is the second team foul of the first quarter.
You're fine. Stay where you are. You're good. Take one.
First foul shot by Brianna Page is no good. Second one upcoming. We have only a free throw made in tonight's ball game. Brianna Page hits her second one. Make it a 2-0 East Mississippi game here. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. Still very early on here in Moorhead. Trojans will move the ball to the floor. Augustus will pull up around the free throw line. Her shot no good, long. Rebound by Page. Page will pass it off to Kasia Lucky. Lucky will move the ball up the floor. She'll pass the ball off to the near side wing. Emily Evans will dribble up to the top of the circle, defended by Faulkner. A little bit of a handoff to Kasia Lucky. East moving the ball around the perimeter. They finally get it inside. Hook shot coming by Kayla Rogers. That's no good. Rebound Asia Ward. She'll hand off Sabrina White. The Trojans will pass half court and set up their offense. Pass down low to Patricia Lawless. Lawless will try to go low to Alexis Augustus. Unable to handle, we'll have a jump ball on the floor. 15 remaining on the shot clock. It'll remain Mississippi Delta basketball. Erica Faulkner to inbound. We have some whistles on the floor. Must have been nothing. We'll play on. Faulkner's pass deflected out of bounds. Attempting to go to Alexis Augustus. Asia Ward takes the inbound, passes to Sabrina White, back to Faulkner. Faulkner back to White at the top of the circle. She'll move to the right, try and dribble in the lane. We have a whistle on a believed to be a reach-in foul. That'll be the first personal foul on Emily Evans. It is the first team foul in the first quarter for the East Mississippi Lions. We have a timeout to reset the shot clock. A fresh 30 for the Lady Trojans. Sabrina White with the basketball. Finds Asia Ward on the far side wing. She'll drive baseline. Her shot no good. Off the bottom of the rim. The East Mississippi basketball, though, in transition, they'll go fast. And that layup attempt by Emily Evans is good. She now has her first basket of the ball game, the first field goal made of the game. Sabrina White's drive is rejected, no good. It'll be East Mississippi basketball. They'll move the ball up the floor with an up-tempo offense. A spin move in the lane. However, it is an illegal one because it is a travel. It'll be East Mississippi's first turnover.
Good job. You're clear.
And it's now Lady Trojan basketball. 6:44 to go here in the first quarter. He's still looking, or Mississippi Delta still looking for their first points. Asia Ward will drive into the lane, get fouled, count the basket. Asia Ward will go to the line to attempt a three-point play, assisted by Patricia Lawless. Good ball movement on that play to get the Lady Trojans on the board. Here at 2-0. 4-2. The free throw attempt is good, excuse me. Asia Ward completes the three-point play. The scoreboard malfunction here will play on until it's corrected. East Mississippi will drive baseline. That nice pass down. Caleb Rogers, her shot is no good. Last off of Rogers in her attempt to grab the loose ball. It'll be Lady Trojan ball to inbound. Early minutes of the first quarter here in Moorhead at the JT Hall Coliseum. Again, Mississippi Delta coming off of a overtime loss to Itawamba Community College on Saturday night. That game was rescheduled to Saturday following the couple inches of snow here we got in the Delta. Sabrina White will drive baseline. She tries to pass it off. It is knocked away and in the hands of Lady Lion. East will drive the floor, trying to save it. And a loose ball picked up by Mississippi Delta. Patricia Lawless will run the floor. And she traveled with the basketball. It'll be a Trojan turnover. We have a timeout on the floor called by Bernadette McDonald, the Mississippi Delta women's head coach. It'll be a 30-second timeout in length. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to Moorhead, ladies and gentlemen. It is East Mississippi basketball early on here in the first quarter. 4-3 Lion lead. It has been a slow starting game offensively for both teams. Still trying to figure their way out through this game. East Mississippi passes the ball around the perimeter. Lucky will pass off. They'll move the ball down to the perimeter, down to the far wing. That three-point attempt no good. Last touch by Lady Lion. It will go back to the Trojans. Mississippi Delta looking to get their offense started. The Trojans have committed a few turnovers here early on, and they've tried to get inside the lane. We'll see if they continue to try this offense. Alexis Augustus will pass near side wing to Sabrina White. White tries to go down low to Patricia Lawless. Lawless will move around, and she gets fouled. Still waiting for that foul is on. It'll be on Brianna Page, her first personal. Patricia Lawless to the line, and she will shoot 2 free throws. Her first one is up and good. It's her first points of the ball game. Patricia Lawless, the freshman from Greenville, Mississippi, not far from here. Second free throw attempt is up and good as well. She converts on both of them. Trojans take their first lead of the ball game, and they go into a press situation. East Mississippi is able to break it. He tries to drive in the lane, denied. Checking into the ball game for East Mississippi is Brianna Green. She's at guard, standing at the top of the circle. Emily Evans has the basketball. She tries to go down low. That pass to number 32, Cindy Hill, who's checked into the ball game. Asia Ward will pick up the foul. It'll be a blocking foul. It's her second foul. It's the third Trojan team foul of the first quarter. Both teams even at 3. Cindy Hill's first free throw attempt is no good. Checking into the ball game now for Mississippi Delta. Number 30, Raylan Shelvin, the 5'10 freshman from Louisiana. Second free throw coming from Hill, no good. Soft rebound. Uncontested by Lawless. Trojans will move the ball up the floor slowly here. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here in Moorhead, cross-court pass goes to Augustus. Augustus will drive from about 17. His shot no good. Lawless with the rebound and the putback no good. It'll be Lady Lion basketball. Lions move the ball up tempo, across half court. Brenna Green, backup guard into the game. Passes off to Evans, back to Green. Down to Juwan. Juwan from 3, she'll pass it off. And there's move the ball around the perimeter. Good defense by the Trojans here this possession. Down, shot clock under 10. That 3 from the wing, no good. And then an offensive rebound for East Mississippi. East with some good ball movement around the perimeter. They finally get the ball inside, but then kick it right back out. Good defense for the Trojans here. And it's been a long possession for East Mississippi. Looking for their second shot of the possession. Juwan will pull up from the wing, no good. That'll be the third chance point right there for East Mississippi. It's number 14, Brianna Page, puts that one in. Taisha Juwan commits the personal foul. That's her first.
Good job, too. Keep pushing, too. You should keep
Natanya Wilkerson checks into the ball game for Mississippi Delta, the sophomore. Sabrina White will move the ball up slowly after talking to Coach McDonald here on the sideline. Trying to set up some offense. 6-5 game early on here in the first quarter. 3 minutes remaining. That shot no good from Christina Rouser, who's also checked into the ball game. Trojans quick to get back on defense. Lions try and get the ball down low, and they do. Juwan with some more points. East Mississippi's opened up their largest lead at 3-0, or since 3-0. It's 8-5. Wilkerson with a nice little stutter step. She'll drive in the lane with the left hand and put it up and in. Natanya Wilkerson, her first basket of the ball game. Trojans will go into a little bit of a press. Lions break it easily, and they'll attempt to set up their offense. Jordana Morris has checked into the ball game for East Mississippi. And we have an offensive foul called on number 14, Brianna Page. That's her second personal. Checking into the game for East Mississippi's Kayla Rogers. She checks back into the ball game. We Mississippi Delta ball trailing 8-7. Very close game so far here in Moorhead. Tanya Wilkerson with the basketball. She picks up her dribble, passes off to Sabrina White. Sabrina White will drive in the lane, no good. Will deflect it out of bounds. Chelsea White has checked into the ball game for, Chelsea Smith has checked into the ball game for the Lady Trojans. It's Lady Trojan ball. Lawless with the basketball. She kicks off to Rouser. Rouser, highly contested shot, no good. Rebound goes to East Mississippi. East Mississippi will drive quickly. Kayla Rogers wide open underneath. She puts it up and in with the right hand. East Mississippi with another basket. East will go with a press. Almost stolen away by Jordana Morris. However, it's out of bounds harmlessly, and it'll be Trojan basketball. Trojans trying to break the press. Wilkerson with the basketball. She'll go up top there, Raylan Shelvin. Tanya Wilkerson will pull a 3 from the top of the circle. It rims out, no good. Rebound to EMCC. Juwan will push the ball up the floor quickly. She'll kick it off to the wing to Morris. Morris's 18-footer, no good. Rebound to Raylan Shelvin. It's Trojan basketball. Smith will move the ball up the floor. She'll pull up a 3. That one no good. Bounces it around, loose ball. Will be handled by East Mississippi. Juwan will drive to the lane, lay it up with the right hand and up and in. Taisha Juwan with 2 more points. She now has 4 in the ball game. East has opened up its largest lead at 12-7. It's a 5-point deficit for the Lady Trojans. Under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Wallace will slow the basketball up, pass it off to Chelsea Smith. Smith will try and go down low to Chauvin. Chauvin turns around. That ball knocked away and stolen by East Mississippi. They have a reach-in foul. Christina Rouser commits the foul. That's her first. It'll be the 4th Lady Trojan team foul of the first quarter. East Mississippi basketball with 33.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's been a very up and down but slow offensive first quarter here at the JT Hall Coliseum, and this MAC-JC matchup between the EMCC Lady Lions and the Mississippi Delta Lady Trojans here on the MDCC Sports Network. Juwan will move the ball up the circle. We have a 3-second violation on EMCC. It'll be Lady Trojan basketball. Smith with a long cross-court pass. That ball knocked out of bounds by the Lady Lions. It'll remain Trojan basketball. Chelsea Smith to inbound. She finds Rouser. Back to Smith. Smith tries to go inside to Lawless. Lawless's jumper from the wing, no good. Excuse me, from the elbow. As the first quarter comes to a close, East will miss their shot. At the end of the first quarter, it's EMCC 12, Mississippi Delta 7. We'll be back for the second quarter on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back. It'll be Lady Lion basketball to start the second quarter. Mississippi Delta trailing by 5 here as we open up the final quarter of the first half. It is EMCC 12, Mississippi Delta 7. We have a whistle on the floor as a basketball has gotten loose. They'll stop play with 14 seconds to go on the shot clock for East Mississippi. And we're back to play. Lucky from the far side wing. She'll pass it up top. Lions moving the ball around the perimeter. That cross-court pass deflected by Raylan Shelvin, but it'll be out of bounds before it can be corralled. It'll remain East Mississippi basketball with 1 second on the shot clock. Lions looking to inbound. Ooh, we had a shot clock violation. However, it was picked up almost immediately by Natanya Wilkerson. Trojans unable to get the fast break right there. That's a bad break for the Lady Trojans early in the basketball game. Faulkner will go cross court, to Wilkerson. Wilkerson's shot off rim, no good. Rebound to Brianna Morton, who's checked into the ballgame. Her putback is no good, and we have a foul on the far baseline underneath their own basket. It'll be Erica Faulkner, her first personal of the second quarter for Mississippi Delta. Alexis Augustus will check back into the ball game. She's been quiet tonight. She has no points. Leading scorer of the first half for Mississippi Delta is Asia Ward with 3. Taisha Jawan, has 4 for EMCC. That pass deflected, saved. The pass saved by Emily Evans. Jawan will pass off to Evans. Evans will move the ball around a little bit at the top. And that shot at the top of the circle, good by Taisha Jawan. That's a big 3. She now has 7 points. And EMCC leads by 8 at 15-7 here. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Shot by Sabrina White, off rim, no good. Rebound defensively by Cindy Hill. We have a foul on the floor. That one will go on.
We got to push on something. Hey, we don't want to cut people's heads off. You're cutting their heads
Foul.
off. You're just zooming without having anything in mind. You don't want to zoom at their chest.
Not sure who that foul went on. However, it'll be EMCC basketball. Mississippi Delta now with 2 fouls here in the second quarter. Brianna Green with the basketball. She'll move the ball around the perimeter, pass it off to Lucky. Lucky thought about a 3, and then she'll pass it off to Kayla Rogers. Rogers' shot no good. Fortunate bounce to EMCC. That put back by Emily Evans is good. Trojans trying to break the press. They do. Good ball movement as Augustus will drive in the lane. Uncontested jump shot, good. Her first basket of the ball game. Lady Lions quick to get back on the offensive side of the court here. Move the ball around the perimeter. Pass far side wing, they get the ball inside. Back up to the top of the circle. Shot clock at under 10 now. Lucky with the basketball. EMCC's leading scorer. She'll go one-on-one with Augustus. And we have a jump ball on the floor. And the possession arrow will favor Mississippi Delta on this one. It'll be Lady Trojan basketball with a fresh shot clock. Sabrina White with a long cross-court pass that's deflected by Kayla Rogers. However, she can't save it. EMCC going with a light press there. Sabrina White tried to push the tempo. Her pass deflected out of bounds. Still Lady Trojan ball. Pass into Jabria Morton. Wild, but no good. EMCC on the break. Taisha Lucky, her shot contested, no good. Rebound to Morris. And finally, Lucky comes out of that one. Trojans getting beat pretty hard here on the defensive glass. EMCC is getting a lot of second and third chances for points here early on. Swing the ball around the perimeter. Far side jumper on the wing, no good by Lucky, and they get another rebound. Cindy Hill this time. Down low, that layup is good. The turnaround layup by number 4, Jordana Morris is good. She'll go to the line to convert the three-point play.
You can stop the push, just keep her head in the shot.
Jabria Morton with the foul, her first.
That's good. That was simple.
Patricia Lawless will check back into the ball game. No good. Long rebound. Saved by Lucky. Lucky will throw it off Lawless, and it will remain Lady Lion basketball. East Mississippi's controlled the ball most of this ball game. It shows on the scoreboard, leading 19-9 here in Moorhead. Lady Lions inbound. They inbound it down low. With a traveling violation by Kayla Rogers. The ball will go back to the Trojans. Erica Faulkner to inbound. She finds Sabrina White. Lions in a press. Back to Faulkner. Faulkner finds Augustus, who she'll take it across half court. Back to Sabrina White, and they'll set up the offense. They'll go to Lawless. Lawless will go down low to Morton. How it's deflected. Kick out to Augustus with a long 2, and that's good. Alexis Augustus with her second basket of the ball game. Although immediately East Mississippi drives down the floor with a second chance point. That ball deflected out to Alexis Augustus, who will take it herself. She'll drive down, pull up, find Erica Faulkner, whose layup attempt is no good. That rebound to Jordana Morris. Morris will drive it all the way herself. Kicks out to Rogers. Rogers with a contested hook shot, then that's good. Kayla Rogers with her first basket of the ball game. East Mississippi still in a press. A long cross-court pass. Augustus to Morton, down to Lawless. Lawless will step back jumper, no good. Erica Faulkner picks it up. She'll dribble it out. Trojan's trying to get the ball inside. They're having a very difficult time with this East Mississippi defense. Lucky will drive. Her layup no good. Jordana Morris will control it, and the East Mississippi Lions will slow it down. Lucky finds Rogers. Rogers' shot is deflected. That shot tipped. Will go out of bounds and remain Lady Lion basketball. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. EMCC 21, Mississippi Delta 11 here at the JT Hall Coliseum. The first game of our doubleheader. At 8 o'clock tonight, the Trojans will face the EMCC Lions. But right now we have a North Division women's basketball game. East will move the ball around the perimeter. Trying to get the ball inside. Lucky will pull a long 3. That shot no good. Rebound to Alexis Augustus. She turns it up floor and is fouled by number 10, Emily Evans, her second. That's the first team foul for East Mississippi this quarter. Trojans trailing by 10. Sabrina White will slowly walk the ball up the floor, set up the offense. Find Raylan shoving from the free throw line. Her shot no good. Rebound to Lucky, and she'll move the ball to the floor quickly. She'll go 1-on-2. The ball stripped. Great play defensively. That ball stripped out of her hands. However, it lands out of bounds. Last touch by Mississippi Delta to remain EMCC basketball.
When I say that's great, it means keep going. 3 push. 3 push.
We have an offensive foul on Kayla Rogers on the inbound.
Offensive foul, 24, Kayla Rogers, that's her second. Second team of the second quarter.
Take 1.
Jordana Morris will check back into the ball game for the Lady Lions. Faulkner inbounds to Sabrina White. Sabrina White will move the ball to the floor slowly. Over halfway through the second quarter here in Moorhead. Trojans still trying to find their way offensively. Augustus will move the ball. Pass it off to Sabrina White, who drives in the lane with the right hand and lays it up and in.
White with the basket.
Then you scored. Somebody's in the way. Never mind. It's all right.
Sabrina White with her first basket of the ball game. Cuts it down to single digits. EMCC 21, Mississippi Delta 13 here. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. That pass deflected. Almost saved by Asia Ward. Good defense, however, it falls out of bounds. And it'll return back to the Lions.
3 on you. 3 you're live. 2 sub. Never mind.
Christina Rouser will check back into the ball game for Mississippi Delta. She'll replace Raylan Shelvin.
Pull 3. Pull. You should be pulling 3.
Shot clock
Who's where they should be?
now at 12 for EMCC. They'll move the ball around the perimeter like they normally do. Pass inside, stolen away by Alexis Augustus. She'll start the break. Alexis Augustus will go all the way with the right, kick it out to Erica Faulkner. Faulkner for a long 2, and it's good.
3-pointer, Faulkner.
Erica Faulkner with her first basket of the ball game. That cuts the lead to 5. Trojans will go in a little bit of a press with Sabrina White. Lions move the ball around. Akibia Cooley is checked into the ball game for EMCC. She's number 3.
Everybody push on Whistle.
That 3 ball no good from Juwan.
Push on Whistle.
And a foul on the fast break.
Push. Keep pushing.
Morris, that's her first. It's the third team of the second quarter for the Lady Lions.
Jordana Morris with the personal foul. Rouser to inbound, gives off to Sabrina White.
When the person who, never mind.
Good thing starting to roll here for the Trojans in the second quarter. Alexis goes down low to Ward. Ward shot deflected. Last touched by EMCC. It'll be Trojan basketball, 16 on the shot clock, underneath their own basket.
3 follow sub. Never mind, you're late. I was late.
Substitution of the ball game, Brianna Green. Sabrina White, 13 in white. She'll drive in the lane, layup with the right hand, off backboard, no good. White tries to save it.
Push 2, push 3.
And it was last touched by White. And then the ball will go back to the Lions. 2.5 to play here in the first half. EMCC move the ball up the floor. Lucky with the basketball, she finds Morris. Morris from 12 feet away knocks it down. Jordana Morris with her second basket of the ball game. Lions go into a press. White finds Rouser. Rouser has the ball stolen away from her. We have a traveling on the floor. It'll be an East Mississippi turnover. And the ball will go back to the Lady Trojans. Jordana Morris was looking to pass that ball off. Good defense by the Lady Trojans there to force that turnover. Chelsea Smith with the basketball. She goes cross-court past Asia Ward. Ward will drive with the right hand. Her layup, no attempt, no good. Rebound, EMCC. Green will run the offense for the Lady Lions. She'll move the ball in the near sideline. Move the ball around the perimeter. Finally get it in down low. Try to get it to Hill. They can't. Saved by Chelsea Smith underneath their own basket. Last touched. Last touched by Morris, trying to save it. Shot clock will be adjusted. 26 seconds here with 1.5 minutes to go until halftime. Chelsea Smith handles the basketball. She moves it up the floor quickly.
That's exactly what she should be doing.
They find Augustus at the free throw line. She'll pull up. Her pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound to EMCC. The Lady Trojans just can't get any second chance opportunities. Lucky will drive that one all the way in. And she is fouled going to the rim.
The thing that you're having trouble with is when the person shoots and the whistle blows, it's like
Erica Faulkner with the personal foul. That's her second.
Time I need you is when the whistle blows. So when the whistle blows,
Kasia Lucky will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Lions.
now I got you 3.
Very defensive game here so far in Moorhead. Offense is struggling to get going. Kasia Lucky hits the free throw. I think it's her 2 points in the ball game. Trojans trail by 8 here. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Her second free throw is good. She converts on them both. Alexis Augustus to inbound. Lions will remain in a 2-guard press. They find Faulkner far sideline. Across half court. The Lady Trojans will start their offense. Alexis Augustus will dribble. Trying to dribble around defenders and do it herself. She pulls up and she knocks it down from the elbow. Alexis Augustus now with 6 points.
She turned around a little too late. I mean, I cut too.
Kasia Lucky with the basketball. The MCC is quick to set up their offense. However, Mississippi Delta has done a good job of denying for the most part here in this first half. Cindy Hill with the basketball, kick it out to Green. Green will find Lucky, closely defended by Smith. Faulkner with good defense on Cindy Hill. That ball off Cindy Hill. She knees it out of bounds, and it'll be Lady Trojan basketball. Shot clock turned off. 20 seconds to go until halftime. Well, the Trojans with an opportunity to cut this 7-point deficit down even further. Chelsea Smith will drive, kick out. Faulkner, she'll take a power dribble, step inside. That shot rims off, no good. Keisha Lucky with the rebound. Lucky will drive it up. She finds Jordana Morris. Morris's layup is good at the buzzer. Jordana Morris. Very good fast break there by EMCC to close out the first half. At halftime here in Moorhead, your score, EMCC 27 and your Mississippi Delta Lady Trojans 18. We'll be back for the second half on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to start the second half of the JT Hall Coliseum. Your halftime score is 27-18 in favor of the Lady Lions. It'll be Lady Lion basketball to start. Lucky will get the ball up top here. She'll pass off to Juwan. Juwan will find. We have a 3-second violation as that pass goes to Emily Evans at the top of the circle. Violation away from the ball. It'll be the first turnover of the second half of the Lady Lions. It'll be Lady Trojan basketball. The Trojans trailing by 9. They headed down to 7 with the basketball. Under 20 seconds. Patricia Wallace will drive in the lane to the pass from Alexis Augustus. The Lady Trojans. Nice by Asia Ward. Finally getting some rebounding here for the Trojans. That pass to Erica Faulkner, and she knocks it down. Erica Faulkner has 4. Trojans couldn't capitalize on an opportunity to cut the deficit down to 5. Ended up going down up to 9 to end the first half. However, the Trojans now knock it down to 7 here to start the second half. Pass down low, finds Evans up for 3. Shot clock under 10. Asia Ward grabs the rebound. Sabrina White will drive it herself. Pull up. Shot no good. That personal foul will be on number 5, Kasia Lucky, her first team foul of the third quarter. Mississippi Delta, Sabrina White goes to the line to shoot 2. She knocks down the first one. That's her 3rd point of the ball game. Leading scorer so far for Mississippi Delta is Alexis Augustus with 6. That second one, no good from Sabrina White. Rebound goes to Brianna Page. It'll be EMCC basketball. Trojans run into each other on that play, which enables a fast break. As Lawless commits the foul to try and attempt to stop a driving Lady Lion. Kasia Lucky will go to the line.
These referees are standing on the wrong side.
Juwan had 7, and Jordana Morris had 6 for the Lady Lions. Kasia Lucky, who's on the line right now, has 2 points. She knocks down the first one. And knocks them both down. EMCC will go into a press. Sabrina White will break it easily. She'll pass off to Lawless underneath. Lawless with the left-hand layup. It's up and good. Patricia Lawless with 4 points now. 6-point EMCC lead. Faulkner will guard up top. They'll swing the ball into the far wing. Pass into the near side wing. Try and drive near baseline. That shot no good. Will bounce around. Second chance opportunities. Huge for EMCC in the first half. Mississippi Delta able to get that rebound though. They'll push the ball up quickly. Alexis Augustus with the basketball. However, a traveling violation is called. There'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Lady Lions. 2 minutes into the third quarter here, and Moorhead is a 6-point deficit at 29-23 in favor of the Lady Lions. A defensive game as Juwan takes the ball to the rim. She now has 9. That inbounds pass stolen away by Lucky. And that pass off to Brianna Page is up and good. Page now with 5. Fast-paced here, third quarter. Very slow moving first half. 2 attempts here underneath the basket for the Lady Trojans are no good. There's a foul on the rebound. Fouls on Asia Ward, her 3rd foul. EMCC will go ahead and call a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with more third quarter action on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to the JT Hall Coliseum. It's EMCC basketball, leading now by 10 as they've opened it up in the second half. They'll pass the ball around the perimeter. Pass to the near side wing. They'll move the ball back around the perimeter. They'll find Juwan, their leading scorer, with 9. She'll pass it down to the far side wing. As Lucky will pull a 3. Keisha Lucky knocks down the triple. She now has 6 points. And the largest Lady Lion lead as they continue to press. Cross-court pass found by Sheldon. We'll give it off to Augustus. It's 13 points by the Lady Lions. Augustus will drive right side on her own. She'll pull up. Her jump shot no good. Fight for the rebound. And it'll be out of bounds and stay Mississippi Delta basketball. Trojans have played so well defensively here in the ball game here. Offensively, they haven't been able to keep up with EMCC, who's gotten a ton of second chance opportunities, and they've been able to convert for the most part. But it'll be Lady Trojan basketball. Sabrina White with the basketball. She'll move the ball to Alexis Augustus. Augustus will dribble around. Fakes left, goes right. She dishes it off. That shot no good by Patricia Lawless. Rebound to Taisha Juwan. Juwan will pass it off to Lucky. Lucky back to Juwan. Juwan will pull from 3. Knocks it down. Another triple. And that is Juwan's 12th point of the ball game. EMCC has now opened up a 16-point lead. Bernadette McDonald has called a 30-second timeout with the Lady Trojans trailing by 13 on the MDCC Sports Network. Lady Trojan basketball here, trailing by 16 points in the third quarter. Cece Rice's shot will be off to the left, no good. She grabs her own rebound, passes off to Faulkner. We'll find Sabrina White near sideline. She'll drive it all the way in. Nice move up and under. Sabrina White with the basket. That's her second layup of the ball game. She now has 4. The Trojans now trailing by 14. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Lady Lions will move the basketball around the floor. Lucky's three-pointer is no good. However, she is fouled by CeCe Rice in a three-point attempt. And CeCe Rice's third foul of the ball game. They're going to call it. They're going to call it not in the act of shooting. Lucky gets the inbound. We have a whistle on the floor. Christina Rouser will check into the ball game for CeCe Rice, who has 3 personals.
Keep her head in the shot, please. In the middle of the shot. I don't want her bare. You've got to have her in the middle of the shot, not on the side of the camera. In the middle.
Lucky will move the basketball at the top of the circle. Shoot, pass off the near side wing. That jumper is up and no good. Rebound to Shelvin. Shelvin will pass off to Rouser. Rouser will move the ball up the floor. So slow her pace down. Passes off to White. White at the top of the circle. Back to Rouser. Rouser will drive in to the lane. Her layup, it bounces around the rim and is good. Christina Rouser with the runner. EMCC quick to get back up the floor with the cross-court pass to Juwan. Back to Lucky. Lucky tries to set up the offense. They look for something inside. They find Paige, who will take it up with the right hand, and it's fouled going up. Patricia Lawless with the foul. That'll send Brianna Page to the line. Page has 5 points in the ball game. She will go to the line to shoot 2 after she was fouled on that drive. Her first free throw attempt is good as it rolls around the rim. Chelsea Smith will check into the ball game for Sabrina White. Second free throw upcoming, no good. Shelvin will deflect it. She'll grab the basketball and pass it off to Chelsea Smith. Smith finds Shelvin at the top of the circle. Shelvin looking for a pass. She finds Rouser. Rouser will drive in. Free throw line runner, no good. Rebound to Faulkner. Faulkner underneath. That ball rolls around and in. Erica Faulkner with a tough rebound and a good putback. Cuts the lead to 11. 40-29 EMCC over Mississippi Delta. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Juwan with basketball. She spins around. Passes it off to Morris. Morris to Lucky. Back to Juwan. Juwan will go down low to Page. Page, nice ball handling by Page. However, her shot attempt is no good. We have a jump ball on the floor. Not sure where the possession arrow is going. It'll be Mississippi Delta basketball following the jump ball. Mississippi Delta looking to cut this lead down to single digits after playing some good defense on that last possession. Smith with the basketball. She finds Rouser on the near sideline. That pass inside to Rouser, no good. Rouser dives on the floor for it. Rouser's able to grab it, and they have a timeout. Bernadette McDonald will call a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with third quarter action on the MDCC Sports Network. Will be Lady Trojan basketball following the timeout. Shot clock down to about 12 now as Chelsea Smith handles the ball. She'll drive left side. Her shot attempt no good. Rebound to Jordana Morris, and it'll be EMCC basketball. Kind of a wild shot attempt there by Chelsea Smith. Nice steal by Patricia Lawless. That'll start a Lady Trojan break. Smith with a nice crossover dribble, and she is fouled going up.
That's where we're having trouble. You're cutting their heads off. You got to tilt it up. You got to unlock that thing.
Keisha Lucky with the foul. That's her second. Chelsea Smith to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Lady Trojans. Her first foul shot is short, no good. Checking into the ball game, Kayla Rogers replaces Brianna Page. Smith missed her first free throw attempt, second one upcoming. That one will drop. She converts 1 of 2. 40-30 ball game here, 3.5 minutes in Moorhead. EMCC leads the Lady Trojans. It's EMCC basketball. Juwan passed off to Morris. Morris back to Lucky. Rogers has the ball in the corner. She's a bit trapped. Looks for something to do. She dribbles around, finds her way in, lays it up with the right hand off window, and good. Kayla Rogers was patient and able to find some room to get inside to lay it up. 3 ball from Faulkner. Faulkner's way off the mark. Rebound to Jordana Morris. Empty possession for the Lady Trojans, now trailing by 12. Morris will dribble the ball up the floor. Looks for someone to pass to, finds Lucky at the top. She'll slow it down, start the offense over. She dribbles to far side. She finds Juwan. Juwan's 3 rims out, no good. Chelsea Smith able to come down with the rebound and fight off Juwan for it. Raylan shoving with the basketball now far sideline. Finds Rouser. Rouser from the free throw line, no good. With a foul. Lucky picks up 2 quick fouls here in the third quarter. That'll send Christina Rouser to the line to shoot 2 free throws. DCC needs all the help they can get right now. Struggling offensively, Christina Rouser will put it down. She now has 3 points. Alexis Augustus will check back into the ball game. She'll replace Patricia Lawless. Brianna Green will also check into the game for EMCC. Rouser awaiting her second free throw attempt. She was good on the first. Her second one is up and good. Rouser knocks them both down. Trojans trailing by 10 points here, 42-32. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Morris will drive baseline, kick off to Hill, who steps out of bounds with the basketball. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Lady Trojans. Two minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Mississippi Delta trailing by 10. Chelsea Smith will move the basketball up the floor slowly, allowing the offense time to set up. She finds Rouser. Screen set up by Lynn Shelvin at the top of the circle. Shelton will drive left side, find Smith, whose pass is deflected. Stolen away by Juwan. Juwan will lose control of the basketball. No dribbling call or carry. She's able to find Green. Green will set the offense up for EMCC. Green will dribble on the near sideline. Kayla Rogers will go up with the right-hand hook shot. No good. Rebound to Christina Rouser. Rouser in control, passes it off to Chelsea Smith, who will move the ball to the floor slowly. Trying to go down low to Augustus. We have a foul on that pass. Foul on Brianna Page, her third. Third team foul. Fourth team foul, excuse me, on EMCC. Fouls are even at 4. Trojans trailing by 10. It'll be Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. Faulkner goes to Augustus. Back to Faulkner, who gives it off to White. White drives in the lane with her right hand, lays it up and in. Sabrina White with the layup. She now has 6 points. Trojans trailing by 8 now.
You can see where they're about to throw it. I can see on my monitor.
Lions move the ball around the circle. Jordana Morris with the basketball. She finds Green. Green up to Juwan. Juwan will go down baseline to Rogers. Rogers goes right, goes back left, lays it up with the right hand, up and in. Kayla Rogers now with 6 points. Lion lead back to 10. Under a minute to play. Faulkner with the basketball now. She'll go cross court to Shelvin. Shelvin beyond the perimeter. She tries to go dribble with the right. Her shot deflected as she goes up from 15 feet. Bernadette McDonald wanted to call no. Call made by a referee. Juwan's shot no good. Shot clock turned off now. Sabrina White will run the offense. White will slow it down. Finds Faulkner. Faulkner drives inside. Her pass too hot to handle, out of bounds. Last touched by Mississippi Delta, and it'll be Lady Lion basketball with the shot clock turned off. Lady Lions will most likely hold out for the last shot here. We're at 10 seconds now remaining here in the third quarter. We're on a Green with the basketball. Trojans trailing by 10. Clock down to 1. That shot will not be off in time. No good. At the end of the third quarter, to the EMCC Lions 44 and your Mississippi Delta Trojans 34. And we'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to the JT Hall Coliseum to start the fourth quarter. The third quarter was very offensive for both sides. And it's Lady Lion basketball fourth. Mississippi Delta was tight in this ball game for 3 quarters. However, East opened up here in the third. See how they fare. They start the fourth trailing by 10. The MCC just methodically moving the ball around the perimeter. No sense of urgency. Shot clock under 5 now. That drive is short. Last touched by Mississippi Delta. It'll remain Lady Lion basketball now with a fresh shot clock. Because that shot hit the rim. Lucky to inbound. She'll go down to Juwan. Juwan's a little bit of a lob play. No good. It's short. Lawless with the rebound. She'll get off to Sabrina White, who'll move the ball to the floor. She drives to the right. Runs into 2 defenders. That shot blocked. Will be no good. Lucky will move the ball up the floor now. She moves it up quickly for the Lions. Emily Evans with the basketball. She moves the ball back to the top of the circle, off to Juwan. Juwan back to Lucky. Lucky will dribble to her right side. We have a moving screen on Emily Evans. That's her 3rd personal foul. And the ball goes back to the Lady Trojans, trailing by 10. Just a minute into the fourth quarter. Mississippi Delta needs some offense here in a hurry. Sabrina White crosses half court, sets up the offense. She directs that pass to Asia Ward. Ward back to White. Tries to go down low to Lawless. That pass a little bit too high. It's off her hands. But it was last deflected by a Lady Lion, and it'll remain Trojan basketball. Alexis Augustus to inbound. She She goes down low to Asia Ward. Asia Ward with one dribble, goes up with the right, no good.
Push to your right, 3.
We have an over-the-back foul on Asia Ward. That is her 4th personal foul now, with 8 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
Ward picks up her 4th. First of the 4th
Lions
quarter.
will inbound. Kasia Lucky will move the ball up slowly. She passes it off to her right to Juwan as they find Paige in the corner. Back to Juwan, up the top of the circle to Evans. Move the ball around the perimeter, back to Lucky. Down baseline to Paige. Trying to go inside to Rogers. They can't. That ball stolen away by Patricia Lawless. She gives it off to Sabrina White, and it's Trojan basketball. Rouser will take a couple dribbles. Her shot from about 18 feet, no good. Will be out of bounds. Last touch by EMCC. Jabrea Morton will check into the ball game. Asia Ward has 4 fouls. Morris and Hill will check into the game for EMCC. Alexis Augustus will inbound, with Jabrea Morton, Sabrina White, Patricia Lawless, Christina Rouser on the floor. Lawless will go cross court to Morton. Morton able to secure the basketball. However, she travels with it. After securing the pass, it'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Lions. Lucky this time will move the ball up the floor quickly. Trojans are able to get set on defense. Juwan with the basketball. She steps in. She passes off to Brianna Green, who's checked now into the ball game. Green will run point. She finds Juwan. Juwan thought about a 3, no. Cindy Hill will pivot around. She's defended by Morton. She gives it off to Morris. Morris pivots around. She dishes it off to Hill. But however, that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Lady Trojans. Sabrina White takes the ball up the floor as she usually does. The Trojan point guard, a freshman from Jackson, Mississippi. Alexis Augustus will pull up from the elbow and knock it down. Left elbow jumper by Alexis Augustus is good. She now has 8 points. She's the Lady Trojan leading scorer. Nice steal there by Christina Rouser. She passed it off to Sabrina White. Rouser with the basketball. She drives in and is fouled on the drive attempt by Rouser. Excuse me, Rouser will go to the line. Kasia Lucky picks up her 4th personal foul. That could be big. She has 6 points in this ball game. Leading scorer in the entire ball game is Taisha Juwan with 12 for East Mississippi. Rouser's first free throw attempt is up and good. Rouser now has 5, with the majority of those coming from the line tonight. Her second free throw attempt upcoming. That one nothing but net as well. It cuts the lead now to 6 points, 44-38. Mississippi Delta trailing by 6. They set up a press. Juwan with the basketball. She'll drive all the way to the rim, go up hard with the right hand, knock it in. No foul. A hard play there by Juwan. She puts it in. She now has 14. Lead back up to 8 points. Morton with the basketball. She takes too many steps and travels. It'll be another costly turnover for Mississippi Delta. Trailing by 8. It's Lady Lion basketball. They'll move the ball up the floor quickly now, does Lucky. She sets up the offense. She finds Juwan. Juwan passes it in the corner to Morris. Morris will go up at the top of the circle to Green. Green down to Lucky. Lucky with 4 fouls. Not looking to pick up her 5th. They'll pass back into the corner to Morris. Morris will hesitate. She'll drive baseline. She goes reverse layup, and it's up and in. Jordana Morris with the baseline reverse layup. She now has 8 points. That puts the lead back to 10 for the Lady Lions. Augustus will fire away a 3. That shot no good. Rebound to Green and the Lions. Cross-court pass to Juwan. Juwan will pull up from 18 feet. That shot no good. Rebound to Morris. Morris picks up her dribble, finds Juwan baseline, knocks it in and is fouled. Count the basket. for Taisha Juwan. Jabria Morton with the personal foul. That's her second. And Taisha Juwan will go to the line to convert the three-point opportunity for the Lady Lions. Their lead is now 12.
Sub three.
Erica Faulkner will check into the ball game.
See who 20 comes in for. Follow her to the bench. Catch up fast.
Christina Rouser also checks out.
Got you. 2. You should have followed her more. Follow her all the way down the bench.
Juwan at the line. She has 16 points. And her three-point opportunity no good as she misses the free throw. Sabrina White moves the ball to the floor quickly, finds Alexis Augustus. Augustus will drive into the lane. Nice jump stop to a right-hand layup for Alexis Augustus. She now has 10 points. She's the Trojan point leader in the ball game. Juwan with the basketball, looking for somebody to pass off to. Looks for a screen, doesn't get it. Passes it off to Lucky. Lucky at the top of the circle. She'll dribble around, setting up the offense. She'll drive into the lane, trying to kick it out. That pass deflected. Asia Ward picks it up. Asia Ward will lead the break. Ward going with the right hand. Lays it up and in with the right. Asia Ward now has 5 points. Trojans cut it back to single digits. It's 8 points. Under 5 minutes to play. Trojans trailing 50-42 here in Moorhead. Baseline layup good for Kayla Rogers. She now has 8 points. EMCC puts it back to 10. Sabrina White with the basketball. She'll take it across half court. She's driving the lane. She kicks it out to Lawless. Lawless's jump shot from the baseline, no good. Asia Ward grabbed the rebound. Her shot's deflected. Juwan will move the ball up the floor now by herself. She does not have numbers. She takes it up, however, is fouled by Sabrina White. Second personal on Sabrina White. That'll put tonight's leading scorer, Taisha Juwan, on the line with a chance for more. She knocks that one down. She now has 17 points in the ball game. The lead's back to 11. 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the ball game. Don't forget, fans, the men's contest is coming up following this one at 8 o'clock this evening. She knocks a second free throw down. There's now a 12-point lead, but it's Lady Trojan basketball. An opportunity to cut it down to single digits if they hit a three here. Augustus with the basketball. She fakes a drive. Sabrina White takes the pass, drives into the lane. She's fouled.
Good job, 3.
Juwan fouls Sabrina White, who drove into the lane. That's her second foul. We call that a non-shooting. White will take it up herself again and get fouled. Sabrina White doing an excellent job of drawing fouls. Kasia Lucky picks up the foul. That's her 5th. Kasia Lucky fouls out of the ball game. One of the starting guards for EMCC. She fouls out with 6 points in tonight's ball game. Sabrina White back on the line. She has 6 points, looking to add to her total and to cut this deficit. First free throw rims off, no good.
3, you're where you're supposed to be.
Sabrina White's second attempt will also rim off, no good. Rebound to Hill and EMCC. Takes the pass from Green. And we have a timeout on the floor.
Holy, what is that?
By head coach Sharon Thompson of EMCC. It's a full EMCC timeout, and we'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. following the timeout, it's EMCC basketball. Juwan will move the ball to the floor quickly. She drives into the lane and is fouled hard. She goes to the ground. That foul's on Alexis Augustus, her first personal. Juwan slow to get up. She has a shin. One of her shins is wrapped up. Appears as though she's getting up limping. She's not in good shape. A good competitor, though, is Taisha Juwan, leading scorer in tonight's ball game with 18 points. She's at the line to try and get more. Juwan seems to be okay. Her first free throw attempt will rim off to the left, no good. Trojans trailing by 12 here, 3 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the ball game. Each team has 4 fouls apiece. Juwan's second free throw attempt is up and good. She now has 19 points in the ball game as EMCC continues to press. Trojans break it easily. Alexis Augustus will move the ball to the floor. Nice assist by Augustus to Asia Ward with the layup. Asia Ward now with 7 points as EMCC moves the ball again up quickly. EMCC's trying to stay offensive here despite the 11-point advantage. Juwan will take the ball into the lane. Her layup attempt no good. That ball deflected a couple of times. Sabrina White able to come down with it. And White will move the ball to the floor looking to cut this lead down. Asia Ward is fouled going up. That foul on Kayla Rogers. Kayla Rogers' third personal foul of the ball game. Asia Ward on the line to shoot 2 free throws in an attempt to cut this lead down to single digits. She's unable to hit her first free throw attempt. It's still an 11-point Lady Lion advantage. 3:09 remaining in the ball game. Second free throw, no good. Juwan skies for the rebound, and she'll lead the fast break for the Lady Lions. So take it all the way in. Nice ball reversal. However, she can't finish. Rebound Alexis Augustus. Long cross-court pass by White. Unable to handle it as Asia Ward over her head. It'll go out of bounds. Back to the Lady Lions. Another Lady Trojan turnover. Jordana Morris will check into the ball game for Kayla Rogers. Under 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. EMCC leading by 11. The Trojans have flirted with an opportunity to cut this down to a very easy deficit to handle. However, they just haven't been able to capitalize when they've had those opportunities, as Morris will go to the rim and get fouled by Lawless. She picks up her third. Jordana Morris now with an opportunity to convert the three-point play. She has 10 points in the ball game. Rouser and Shelvin will check into the ball game as Ward and Augustus will check out. Alexis Augustus leaves the ball game with 10 points. Asia Ward leaves the game with 7. Jordana Morris on the line to convert the three-point play. Her foul shot is no good. Rebound to Patricia Lawless. Lawless off to White. White will cross half court. On the near sideline in front of her bench, she finds Faulkner. Faulkner passes off to Lawless. That pass deflected, however, back into the hands of Lawless, who passes off to Rouser. Rouser's layup attempt no good. Cindy Hill seems to be shaken up on the play. She may have been an inadvertent hand to the face. We have an official's timeout on the floor. Hill seems to be okay. We'll play on here EMCC basketball. White will press. We'll have to call the whistle again. Now she says she's okay and we'll start over. 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the ball game. The MCC by 13. Juwan will drive in the lane. Kicks it off to Hill. Hill, who was previously shaken up on the last play, will drive in the lane and get fouled. Patricia Lawless will pick up the foul. That's her 4th personal now in the ball game. Trojans trailing by 13, holding on to a last hope here. And Cindy Hill will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Her foul shot is no good. Her second one is upcoming. The second shot no good. Rebound to Sabrina White. White crosses half court. Dishes it off to Faulkner. Faulkner pulls the 3. That one's short, front iron. Rouser got on the floor for the loose ball. So did Morris. It'll be last touched by Mississippi Delta. Substitutes into the ball game for MDCC. Natanya Wilkerson will check in. Same with Chelsea Smith. And Madison Collier. Under 2 minutes to play. Another sub into the game is Brianna Page. Checks in for Jordana Morris for EMCC. This is Kayla Rogers. Mississippi Delta's had their opportunities to make this a very close competitive ball game. Defensively, Mississippi Delta has played well tonight. EMCC has stifled the Mississippi Delta offense. But I think the major story here in this ball game has been second chance opportunities for EMCC. They have capitalized on their offensive rebounds as Juwan will drive in the lane. It'll rim off, no good. She hits her own rebound, loses control of it. Wallace almost throws an elbow into her own teammate. Chelsea Smith will move the ball to the floor. Collier will pull a long 3. Oh, and it'll rim out, no good. Rebound to Lawless, no good. Her 3rd attempt is up and is good. Patricia Lawless with the putback. Count the basket. That foul on number 14, Brianna Page. That's her 4th. And Patricia Lawless will go to the line to convert the 3-point play. Tonight's leading scorer, Taisha Juwan for EMCC. She has 19 points. Leading scorer for your Trojans, Alexis Augustus has 10. Foul shot no good. Excuse me, it was good. Lawless now has 6. Juwan with the basketball. She slows the tempo down for EMCC. Content to run clock here. A 10-point ball game. Juwan will pull up at the elbow. Pass it off and they get the ball immediately back. Shot clock down to around 10. Juwan with the basketball. She finds Rogers at the top of the circle. Rogers tries to drive. Now Evans will drive right side. She'll lay it up. No good. Rebound will be tipped around. And a rebound by Kayla Rogers. Raylan Shelvin commits the personal foul. Her first foul of the ball game. EMCC now in the bonus with 43.4 seconds remaining in the ball game, up by 10 points. Lady Trojans have missed out on a few opportunities to cut this lead to something a lot more manageable. And when they have, that shot good by Rogers. She now has 9. She's been unable to capitalize, unlike the Lady Lions of EMCC tonight. Emily Evans commits the foul on the inbounds play. That's her 3rd personal foul. MDCC is now in the bonus. Natanya Wilkerson will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Wilkerson 2 points this evening. She knocks the first one down. Cuts the lead to 58-48. Wilkerson hits them both. She now has 4 points in the ball game. Another foul on the inbound pass. That one will go on Wilkerson, who hit the last free throws. Back to the line goes EMCC. The Lady Lions have a 9-point advantage. Juwan will go to the line to add to her 19 points she already has in this ball game. There's some shuffling on the blocks here as we set up for this foul, his free throw opportunities. First shot good by Taisha Juwan. She now has 20 points in the ball game. She leads all scorers. She knocks them both down with ease. And Coach McDonald for MDCC has called a timeout. She calls a full timeout. We'll be back with 41 seconds to go in the ball game on the MDCC Sports Network. Coach McDonald called that timeout to advance the basketball. A last-ditch effort here in this ballgame. Smith will drive into the lane and get fouled going up. Because of the bonus, Chelsea Smith will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Brianna Green commits the personal. That's her first. Chelsea Smith at the line, the 5'5" freshman guard from Louisiana. She has 1 point this evening. She knocks down the free throw. That gives her 2 and cuts the Lady Lion lead to 10 points. 33.3 remaining. Second foul shot up and good for Chelsea Smith. Trojans will go into a press. They're going to go with a no foul defense here. Juwan with the basketball. She dribbles around the perimeter. She drives it in. She lays up with the right hand. No good. Rebound. Patricia Lawless. Lawless will handle the basketball. Shot clock turned off. Chelsea Smith with the ball. She was a little hesitation. She drives it up and in. She gets fouled again. 14 seconds remaining in the ball game. Brianna Green commits her second foul in as many possessions for the Lady Trojans, sending Chelsea Smith back to the line. Lady Trojans trailing by 9 points here at 60-51. Her first attempt, no good from the charity stripe. Second one upcoming from Chelsea Smith. That one is good. We have a ball advance timeout on the floor. It'll be a Welcome back to the JT Hall Coliseum. We have 14 seconds remaining here in the ball game. And this is the MAC-JC North Division matchup between EMCC and Mississippi Delta. EMCC inbounds the ball with a Mississippi Delta is in a tough man-to-man defense there. However, that foul will go on Chelsea Smith with 8.9 seconds remaining. Foul shots upcoming because of the bonus penalty for EMCC. That first foul shot, no good for Emily Evans. And that last personal was on Chelsea Smith. Trojans trailing by 8, 60-52. That foul shot is up and good. Emily Evans now has 5 points. Bernadette McDonald will call another timeout.
All right, so your movements are a little bit jerky there,
Welcome back to the final 8.9 seconds in the ball game. Chelsea Smith takes the inbound from Madison Collier. Collier will dribble around the sideline. She pulls a long three. That one will rim out, no good. Cindy Hill the rebound for EMCC, and the horn blows off, and that'll be the final score here. It's EMCC's 61, your Lady Trojans 52. Trojans fall in this North Division matchup. The second game of the doubleheader will tip off around 8 o'clock, and we'll be back for the men's game on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back, fans, to the JT Hall Coliseum for tonight's nightcap between the EMCC Lions and the MDCC Trojans here in the men's basketball game, this North Division MAC-JC matchup. Quickly, the starting lineups before tip-off for East Mississippi. Number 0, Cam Horton, a guard. Number 1, Keith Harris, guard. Terriante Thomas, number 14, he's also listed as a guard. Number 33, Carlos Thomas, he's a forward. And number 21, Ilian Scott's listed as center. For the Trojans, number 1, Quashad Young, the point guard, is a sophomore. Number 4, Anthony Hughes at guard, he's a sophomore. Number 5, Gabriel Barber, he's also a sophomore. Number 14, Xavier Jones, he's a sophomore. Number 33, Terrell Jennings, he's a sophomore. That rounds out the starting 5 for the Trojans. Terrell Jennings from the elbow, right side, off glass, good for 2 points to open up the ball game. EMCC with the basketball now. They're wearing the red tops and bottoms with gray writing and black trim. Mississippi Delta in their home whites. The Lions will pass the ball around the perimeter, trying to set their offense. Shot clock under 5 now. Harris with the basketball. Harris will pull up from 3. He falls to the ground, no foul call. Rebound by Barber. Barber will hand off to Quashad Young. There's a East Mississippi line playing with only 1 shoe right now. He came off in his shot attempt. Barber will hand off to Xavier Jones. Jones is going to be fouled by Keith Harris. He was the shoeless victim on that last Lion possession. Harris commits the personal foul to create some sort of timeout so that he can grab his shoe. Quashad Young will inbound from the far sideline to Xavier Jones. Xavier Jones up. He passes all the way off to Anthony Hughes. Hughes' jump shot rolls around and drops. Anthony Hughes. Mississippi Delta opens up a 4-0 lead. Trojans go into a little bit of a press. Lions will break it by passing the ball around. Keith Harris with the basketball now, trying to keep his shoe on this time. Cam Horton's the point guard. Horton finds Harris in front of the Trojan bench. Carlos Thomas passed it off. Ball back down to Thomas. Thomas can't handle the pass. Hughes corrals the loose ball and hands it off to Quashad Young. Young passes up the floor. Xavier Jones in the corner in front of the East bench. That three-pointer no good. Rebound to East Mississippi. East Mississippi takes it up the floor. Passes it off to Ilian Scott. Scott's layup is good. East Mississippi's on the board now. Ilian Scott, the 6'6 center, sophomore from Pascagoula, with the first basket for East Mississippi. Quashad Young handling the basketball for the Trojans. Barber will go cross-court pass to Hughes. Hughes for a long 3, knocks it down in front of the Trojan bench. Anthony Hughes, he's already got 5 points. 7-2 Trojan lead here early in the first half. Horton finds Thomas. Thomas back to Horton. Horton will run the point, looks for a screen. Finds Thomas. Thomas dribbles around. He finds Carlos Thomas. His shot no good. Foul away from the ball. That foul will go on Terrell Jennings, his first personal. It's the Trojans' first of the half. Again, that foul away from the ball underneath the basket. So no shot. It'll be Lion ball underneath it. The Trojan basket. That pass deflected by Xavier Jones. Out of bounds, last touch by the Trojans. It'll be Lion basketball. East Mississippi to inbound from the far sideline. Horton to Harris, back to Horton. Horton will run the point from the top of the circle. He moves to the left side. Finds Scott. Scott at the top of the circle. A couple power dribbles. A two-hand jump stop, or 2-foot jump stop, excuse me, goes up with the right hand, knocks it in, and is fouled in the act. Xavier Jones called for the personal foul on the drive by Ilian Scott. Scott now to the line, having all of East Mississippi's early 4 points. Xavier Jones pleading his case. Ilian Scott's foul shot is no good. Rebound to Terrell Jennings. Jennings to Quashad Young. Young will slowly move the ball up the floor and set up the offense here for the Trojans early on here in the first half. Rashad Young looking to Coach Fears for the play. Hughes will set a screen. Back to Hughes. Hughes at the top of the circle. He'll drive right side, dish it off to Gabe Barber. Barber lays it up with the right hand up and in. Trojans will go with a press. Lions will pass it back and forth between Horton and Harris. Back to Harris, who gives off to Horton. Horton will slow things down and set up the offense for the Lions. Horton will dribble near side. And Ilian Scott takes the pass, however, he travels with the basketball. It will be a Lion turnover, giving the ball back to the Trojans here, leading 9-4 with 16:28 to go in the first half. Barber will inbound it. No pressure from the Lions defense here. Rashad Young takes the basketball. Finds Xavier Jones on the low block. He turns around, jumper, hits good. Xavier Jones with his first basket of the ball game. 11-4 early lead here for the Trojans. Trojans going with a press following made baskets. Ilian Scott will pass into the corner to Harris. Or excuse me, that was Horton. Horton's three is good. His first three ball of the night. 11-7 ball game, 4-point lead for the Trojans early on in the first half. 15:40 to go. Rashad Young handles the basketball. Xavier Jones takes the ball at the top of the circle. Jones back to Young. Young finds Jennings. Jennings turns around. Tries to go the spin, no good. Barber pulls up from three. His shot no good. Rebound to Keith Harris. Harris up court. And a little bit out of control. It's going to be an offensive foul on East Mississippi. That foul on Terriante Thomas. That's his first personal. Second Lion team foul of the first half. Very up-tempo, exciting game here early on at Moorhead at the JT Hall Coliseum. The York Lady Trojans lost the first game of the doubleheader. Rashad Young will pass it off to Gabe Barber. Barber finds Jones. Jones will drive in. He'll kick out to Young. Young's three from the wing is good. Rashad Young for three. Again, Trojans going with the press. Lions able to break this one easy. Thompson's shot no good. Rebound to Gabe Barber. Anthony Hughes. Hughes off to Barber. Barber will slow things down, set up the offense. Trojans lead 14-7 here early on. Hughes almost loses the ball, but is able to get it back. He finds Rashad Young. Young will move the ball at the top of the circle, 12 on the shot clock. He'll reset the offense. Finds Barber. Barber probably gets away with the travel. Long three from Rashad Young. That one is good. Rashad Young with the three. We have a dispute here on the East Mississippi sideline. Substitution into the ball game for East Mississippi, number 3, Marquedrick Bell. He comes in for Carlos Thomas. 17-7 lead for the Trojans early on. Trying to take a split in this men's and women's doubleheader at the JT Hall Coliseum. MAC JC North Division matchup between the Lions and your Trojans. Driving to the lane is Horton. He goes up with the left hand fairly easily, knocks it down. Cam Horton now has 5 points. Rashad Young, who's hit the last 2 triples, will pass off to Barber. Barber finds a driving Jones. That ball tipped away. Out of his loss on that play, and Bell is fouled by Jennings. Jennings picks up 2 early fouls here in the first half, with 13:46 to go in the ball game. Two substitutes coming into the ball game. James Jones and Avion Graham check into the ball game for Mississippi Delta. Cam Horton with the basketball. The Lion point guard will set up the offense. He tries to go right side. He kicks it out to Dwayne Cox, who's checked into the ball game. 3 ball upcoming. That one is good for Cam Horton. Horton now with 8 points. He has 8 of EMCC's 12 points. It's 17-12. Very up-tempo, high-scoring game thus far here in Moorhead. Rashad Young handling the basketball. Finds Graham. Graham will put a nice move, crossover. He'll pull up his pull-up jumper for a long 2 is good. Avion Graham with a knockdown jump shot. Horton will drive, will try and do it himself. Off window, rims out, no good, deflected. Timeout on the floor. We have a score issue.
3, cover the sub out for me. Follow all the way to the bench.
2 points have been assessed to the wrong team. DeAndre Finley checks into the ballgame for Quashad Young. Score is listed at 19-14. There may be a dispute about the issue. And they're going to remain at, keep it at 19-14. DeAndre Finley checks into the ballgame. He's at point guard now. He'll find Barber. Barber will try and drive to the left side. He finds Hughes. Hughes for 3. That one rims out, no good. Rebound to EMCC. Cross-court pass into the corner. Give it out and then give him back to Horton. Horton will reset the offense. Little 2-man pressure game here for Mississippi Delta. That 3-ball no good. Rebound to EMCC with a fresh shot clock. 12 minutes to go in the first half. Cam Horton with the basketball. He leads all scorers right now with 8 points. Mississippi Delta tries to trap. Pass off to the corner. 18-foot jump shot. That one knocked down by number 14, Tiariante Thomas. His first basket of the ball game for EMCC. Finley takes the ball up the floor quickly for Mississippi Delta. Trojans leading 19-16 after having an early 10-point advantage. Avion Graham with the basketball. Graham will pull. He passes it off to Hughes. Hughes with the basketball. He tries to break some ankles. That layup attempt is deflected out of bounds. Checking now into the game for Mississippi Delta's Jamal Smith, number 20. He replaces Gabe Barber. Also checking into the game is number 11, Deshaven Flowers. Shot clock is at 10. DeAndre Finley will inbound. 11:29 remaining in the first half. Trojans lead 19-16. They missed Avion Graham open. However, they find Jamal Smith. Shot clock down to 5. Graham with the basketball. He spins, kicks it off to Finley. Deflected out of bounds by EMCC. 1 second on the shot clock. That possession's a little slow moving following that inbound pass. Really only have time for a catch and shoot. Jones for 3. That one almost goes down. And we have a foul going after the rebound on Jamal Smith. Excuse me, Jamal Jones. James Jones. That's his first team foul, his first personal foul, 4th team foul of the first half. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. EMCC looking to tie the ball game up for the first time since 0-0. Harris drives into the lane, and we have an offensive foul on Keith Harris. Nice charge picked up by MDCC. That is Harris's second personal foul. Checking into the ballgame now for EMCC's Noel Jones. He replaces Keith Harris, who has 2 personals. DeAndre Finley moves the ball to the floor for Mississippi Delta. Trojans started out really hot, now have moved slow, and have an illegal screen called on number 21, James Jones. That's his second. He's picked up 2 quick personals. Number 20, Jamal Smith, will check back into the ball game, replacing James Jones. Xavier Jones will put up a one-man press as Terriante Thomas will take the ball up the floor for EMCC. Thomas with the basketball. He tries to drive in, loses control of the ball. Ball up in the air. Batting around a couple times. Recovered by EMCC. And they get an offensive rebound. That putback is good. Noel Jones with 2 points after converting that putback. Finley puts a nice move on him. Out of control, however, he's fouled. Noel Thomas will pick up his first foul. Excuse me, Noel Jones. First foul on him. 4th team foul on EMCC. Finley to inbound. Finley will find Smith. Back to Finley. Finley tries to drive into the lane. He does. And we have an offensive foul away from the ball. Excuse me. That foul was on Finley for using the off arm. That's his first personal, 6th team foul. They're almost in the bonus already. Halfway through the first half. Terriante Thomas with the basketball. Thomas being guard now switched off on the Flowers. Loose ball. Nice recover by Avion Graham. Ball on the floor now. Recovered by Mississippi Delta. Mississippi Delta has numbers, 3-on-1. Gives off to Xavier Jones. Jones's layup is good through contact. Quashad Young will check back into the ball game. That foul was on DeAndre Finley. That was his second, the backup point guard, committing 2 early fouls. It's the 7th Mississippi Delta team foul the first half. Putting East Mississippi in the bonus. They're shooting 1-1. Dwayne Cox is at the line to shoot 2. His first one is up and good. He gets a second one. The score, Mississippi Delta 21, EMCC 19 in this fast-moving first half. Here at the JT Hall Coliseum, Cox's second shot is up and good. Cuts the lead down to 1 point. Quashad Young will move the ball up the floor. Young has an early 6 points. He's knocked down 2 impressive three-pointers so far early in this ball game. That 3 ball is good from Xavier Jones. Xavier Jones now with 6 in the ball game. East Mississippi will slow down their offense. 24-20. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. East moves the ball around the perimeter trying to penetrate. Jones' shot's no good. That rebound goes to Jamal Smith, and he's fouled, moving the ball up the floor. Noel Jones will commit the foul after missing his shot. That's his second personal foul. This is the 5th Lion team foul of the first half. Under 9 minutes to play. Trojans by 4. Quashad Young trying to set up the offense. Shot clock now under 20. Young doesn't use the screen at all. Jones in the far side corner. Shot no good. Flowers goes up high for the rebound. Avion Graham will pull up a 3. Nope. Flowers grabs another rebound. Passes it off to Young. Young's 3 now. That one will fall. Quashad Young for 3. Quashad Young with 9, and we'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Following the EMCC timeout, it'll be Lion basketball. Refs were having a little bit of a conversation. Not exactly sure what about. 8:28 remaining here in the first half, 27-20, Mississippi Delta up to that 7-point lead following Quashad Young's latest three-pointer. He has 9 in the ball game. He's hit 3 three-pointers so far. Cam Horton's in the ball game now for EMCC. He'll run the point. He's the leading scorer for the Lions. He tries to drive into the lane. He can't. Good defense by Mississippi Delta. Cam Horton will pull a 3. Horton's 3 no good. Rebound knocked out of the hands of the 7-footer Sam Duncombe. A fitting name for a 7-footer. Jamal Smith commits the personal foul as the 8th, and Duncombe will go to the line to shoot 2. The Creighton transfer for EMCC from Arkansas. The first one goes down. Duncombe's second foul shot upcoming. He's up at rim off. Xavier Jones with a rebound for MDCC. Quashad Young will move the ball up the floor now. We'll slow it down and create some half-court offense. Finds Xavier Jones. Jones on the near side in front of the East Mississippi bench for 3. Off backboard, he'll take it anyway. It's a three-pointer for Xavier Jones. Jones now has 8 points. Cam Horton has the ball taken away from him by Jamal Smith. Smith will drive in the lane, throw it down with one hand. Jamal Smith. That's Smith's first basket of the ball game. The MCC tries to break the press and move up fast. Trojans are able to get set back on defense. Drives in the lane, that ball stripped. Flowers, saves it. Avon Graham gives the ball off to Young. Back to Graham. Graham finds Jones. Jones will do some fancy dribbling and give the ball off to Graham, who will reset the offense. He gives it to Young. Young will run the point here. Shot clock at 15, under 7 minutes to play. 32-21, MDCC with an 11-point lead here in the first half. Young will try and drive to the right. Graham will pull up a corner 3 with 5 seconds on the shot clock and knock it down. Avion Graham for 3. It's now a 14 Mississippi Delta lead, their largest of the evening. Horton with the basketball. Horton tries to drive in the lane. He kicks it out to the wing for EMCC. That's a Lion 3 ball. No good. Rebound Quashad Young. He's fouled coming down after the rebound. That'll be the 6th Lion team foul. We're waiting to see who this foul is on. See what. That foul on number 12, Malik Harper, his first. Khalil Strickland checks into the ball game for MDCC. His first action of the ball game. Trojans lead by 14, 35-21, 6.5 to play here in the first half. Trojans 1 foul away from being in the bonus. East Mississippi is already in the bonus. Young will move the ball toward the scorer's table and set up the offense. The near sideline. Passes far sideline to Strickland. Strickland back to Quashad Young. Young back to Strickland. In the corner to Graham. Graham looking. He moves the ball up to midcourt. Graham will pull a long 3. That one rims off no good. Rebound to Flowers. Flowers only is able to deflect it away. That foul's on Jamal Smith, now his second. Jamal Smith earlier in the game got the crowd going with that electric dunk following a steal and a fast break. James Jones checks back into the ball game. He'll replace Jamal Smith. Ilian Scott's on the line, shooting 2 in the bonus, or excuse me, shooting 1 and 1 because he's in the bonus for EMCC. His first one is no good. Rebound, Quashad Young, the point guard, scoring for the basket. He'll pull up in front of Coach Fears and receive instruction of what to run on offense. He'll dribble far sideline, back to the middle of the floor. Khalil Strickland has the ball at the top of the circle. He passes to Flowers. Flowers, he'll try and drive. He's in a bit of a trap. Flowers is able to find Strickland. Strickland hands off to Jones. Jones shot rejected. Loose ball goes to EMCC. Three-pointer up ahead for EMCC. That one no good. Rebound. We have a foul on the floor. That foul goes on James Jones, his third. That's his third foul early on in the ball game. That's the 10th team foul already. EMCC is now in the double bonus.
Stay where you are, Corey.
Illian Scott will take his position on the free throw line to shoot 2. Now because of the double bonus for EMCC. His first attempt goes off back iron, no good. Mississippi Delta leading 35-21, 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the first half. EMCC will shoot 2 free throws from here on out now because they are in the double bonus. Scott's able to convert on the second one. Young will inbound to Strickland. Strickland will go right back to Young. Young will walk the ball up the floor now. He'll go in front of the bench to Strickland, back to Young. Far sideline to Graham, back to Young, and they'll go back and forth for a little bit. They'll find. Jones will go up strong. Finally, he's fouled. That foul will go on number 21, Illian Scott for EMCC. James Jones, who was playing with 3 fouls here in the first half, under 5 minutes. Fouled going up to the basket. He'll shoot 2. First one is way off the mark, no good. James Jones will take his second attempt. Trojans leading by 13 points. His second one off rim, no good. Illian Scott the rebound. He'll hand off to Cam Horton. Horton, who has 8 points in the first half, passes off to Terriante Thomas. Booker with the basketball, gives it off. Thomas will take the ball at the top of the circle. Booker guarded by Strickland. Booker in front of the Trojan bench. He's passed to Scott. It was a bit off, however. Illian Scott travels with the basketball. Substitutions coming into the game for MDCC. Got Gabe Barber checking in for Avion Graham. And Anthony Hughes will come in for James Jones. 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. 35-22 MDCC leads over EMCC. It is Trojan basketball. Quashad Young moves the ball to the floor. Finds Barber on the far sideline. Back to Young. Young directing traffic, finds Strickland. Back to Barber. Barber tries to go cross court. That pass deflected by Horton and intercepted. He'll take it all the way to the rim. That ball deflected. You're going to have a goaltending call on DeShaven Flowers. Count the basket for Cam Horton. That gives him 10 now. Flowers hit that basketball on its way down off the backboard. According to our referees this evening, that cuts the lead down to 11 points. Still MDCC 35, East Mississippi 24. Barber with the basketball, back to Young. Young across the circle to Strickland. Strickland steps in, his shot way off the mark. Rebound to EMCC. Flowers is able to reject that one. However, EMCC recovers, and almost a steal by Flowers. Illian Scott will go off window after recovery of the loose ball. 2 more points for Illian Scott. He now has 5. The lead down to 9. Hughes will move the basketball. He's denied. Pass to Young. Young was not fouled. Coach Fears very adamant about that call. Going for the pass. No foul called. It'll be EMCC basketball after Quashad Young steps out of bounds. We'll have a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second Mississippi Delta timeout. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. It'll be EMCC basketball following the timeout. Horton with the basketball. He'll hand off to Cox. They'll move the ball around at the top of the circle, trying to drive. Horton will pull a three. He's fouled in the act of shooting by DeAnthony Bowie, who checked into the ball game. That'll be his first personal. 3 free throws upcoming for Cam Horton, who has 10 points in tonight's ball game.
You're having too much extra motion going up and down. I don't understand what it is.
He broke the cardinal rule. You never foul a jump shooter. Cam Horton at the line to shoot 3. His first one is short, no good. 3 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mississippi Delta leading 35-26 over the visiting EMCC Lions. Second foul shot upcoming. That one no good. Cam Horton misses his first 2 of the 3-point foul shots. Checking into the ball game now for East Mississippi is Carlos Thomas. Cam Horton to shoot the final foul shot of his 3-point opportunity. He misses all 3 attempts. MDCC comes away with a break. Bowie will lead the ball up the floor for the Trojans. Bowie will run point. He hands off to Graham. Graham looking, can't find anything, back to Bowie. Bowie looks inside, can't find anything. Graham will pull a 3 with the man in his face. That shot wide, no good. Jones is able to pull in the offensive rebound, and it'll be a fresh shot clock. There was a reset of the shot clock. However, that shot never hit any rim, according to tonight's officials. They will move the shot clock down to 14 with 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Trojans lead by 9. It will remain Trojan basketball following the inadvertent reset of the shot clock. One of our officials tonight still at the scorer's table. Xavier Jones will inbound, 14 on the shot clock. Jones, Bowie, Graham, Hughes, and Flowers are on the floor for your Trojans. Bowie takes the basketball. They ended up resetting the shot clock anyway. Bowie with the basketball looking for something to do. Finds Flowers. Flowers picks up his dribble, finds Graham in the corner. Graham throws it right to Cam Horton. Cam Horton will go one-on-one with Bowie. He'll go right hand. He'll go with both hands and put it in. Cam Horton with the layup. He now has 12. That cuts the Trojan lead down to 7, 35-28. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Bowie with the basketball. Bowie to Jones on the far sideline. Back to Bowie near half court. Looking for something inside. Can't find it. They find Hughes. Hughes to Flowers. Flowers patiently waits. Goes underneath defenders and puts it up and in. The Shaven Flowers, his first basket of the ball game. Horton brings the Lions up the floor. EMCC can't get the ball inside to Bell. And it's out of bounds. Trojan basketball with 1 minute and 54 to go.
What happened?
37-28, Mississippi Delta leads. Hughes will inbound following the turnover on EMCC. Bowie brings the ball up the floor. Looking for something inside. They can't find it. They find Flowers. Flowers is triple team now. Dribbles his way out of it. He'll go up and under with a scoop layup with the left hand. The Shaven Flowers back-to-back baskets for Mississippi Delta. Their lead back to 11. Minute and a half to play in the first half. Horton trying to set up an offensive play in front of the scorer's table. He gets a screen pass. He splits the defenders. Passes into the corner. Offensive foul on Cam Horton. That'll be his first personal. 7th team foul for EMCC. That'll put the Trojans in the bonus. Excuse me, that'll be the 8th team foul. Because it was an offensive foul, the Trojans will not shoot free throws just yet. Because of a Trojan hitting the floor, there's a bit of moisture on the floor. It'll be wiped off by tonight's official. Coach Fears will catch the towel and will remain play. Graham will inbound to Bowie. Bowie slowly will take the ball up the floor. Under 1 minute and a half left to play in the first half. Trojans leading by 11. They've led all half by a solid margin. Bowie very, very slow to start the offense. They'll work some clock. He'll move in front of the scorer's table, near sideline. Get a screen from Hughes. He'll drive it all the way in the lane himself. Goes up with one handoff window and good. D'Anthony Bowie. Trojans lead by 13, ties their largest of the half. Horton will take it up himself with one hand, lay it up and in. Horton now with 14 points. Lead back to 11, under a minute to play. 41-30, Mississippi Delta leads. Fast-paced, full of offense first half here in Moorhead. Bowie working more clock, taking it down. Shot clock to 10 with the basketball. He carries the basketball. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to EMCC with the shot clock turned off. The Lions could hold for the last shot if they wanted to.
One on the ball, please. To your left a little bit. Hold it.
It'll be Lion basketball in front of their own bench. Mississippi Delta's led the entire first half. There's only been 2 ties, and one of those started at tip-off. East Mississippi has never led in this ball game. Horton with the basketball. He's going to wait for the last shot. Horton leads all scorers with 14 so far in the first half. Fancy dribbling guarded by Bowie. 5 seconds. He passes it off. 3-ball upcoming by Cox. Cox's 3-ball short. Flowers goes in for the rebound. And that'll be the end of the first half, an anticlimactic ending of the first half. The Trojans will go into the break leading 41-30 here at home. We'll be back for the second half action on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back, Trojan fans. Start the second half here in Moorhead. Mississippi Delta is leading at 41-30. It's EMCC basketball here at JT Hall Coliseum in this MAC-JC North Division matchup. Lion basketball, they're on the far end basket. Out of bounds, last touched by EMCC's Terriante Thomas. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Trojans, who've led by as much as 13 points, and they led the majority of the first half by double figures. Trojans will move the ball around the perimeter. Young, Barber, Jones, Jennings, and Hughes, the original starting five to start the second half. Jones will dribble the ball to the far sideline. Give the ball up to Barber at the top. Jones will pull a three. The shot clock almost expiring. It knocks it down for three. Jones now has 11. 14 points, the largest lead of the ball game for Mississippi Delta. Pass inside, that shot no good. And loose ball picked up by Mississippi Delta. Trojans will run. Hughes with the basketball. Hughes looks inside, and he ends up traveling with the basketball before he can pass it off. Turnover, giving the ball back to EMCC early here in the second half. 18:48 remaining in the ball game. Mississippi Delta leading by 14 points. Keith Harris with the basketball, gives it off to Cam Horton. Cam Horton led all scorers with 14 points in the first half. He was East Mississippi's offense. East tries to go down low. That Mississippi Delta pulls a trap. Ball out to Harris. Harris for three, no good. Rebound Jennings. Jennings has it knocked away. He loses it himself, but he picks it up. Finally, Quishad Young now has the basketball. Young will slow the offense down at the request of Coach Derek Fears. Young will move the ball inside to Barber. Barber will try and go with the left hand over the rim, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Hughes tries to go for it, and Hughes commits the personal foul. That'll be Anthony Hughes' first team foul of the second half for Mississippi Delta. Young will guard Horton for the full length of the court. Horton gets it across the timeline, sets up the offense. Almost a steal by Jones on Harris. Horton will pull another 3-ball. That one no good. Rebound to Jennings. Jennings gives it off to Young. Young will move the ball up the floor quickly now. Finds Barber on the far sideline. Barber back to Young at the top of the circle near half court. Young will move the ball in front of the Trojan bench, give it off to Jones at half court. Jones will go inside to Young. Young back outside to Jennings. Jennings with a long 2-pointer. That one didn't catch anything. Rebound to EMCC. Thomas drives it in. And reach-in foul on Hughes. That's his second. He's picked up 2 quick personal fouls. Second team foul of the second half for MDCC, both of which have been on Anthony Hughes so far. Horton with the basketball, passes it off. Foul away from the ball. Waiting to see who this one's on. This one's on number 14. Xavier Jones will pick up his second foul. 2 quick fouls for MDCC here on this Lion possession. 3 team fouls now in the second half. 17 minutes to go in the ball game. Trojans lead by 14 points. Thomas will pull a long 3. That one rims off, no good. Hughes the rebound. Hughes gives it off to Young. Young will move the ball to the floor. Gives to Jones. Jones far side 3-ball. It goes. Jones now has 14 points. That's his second 3-pointer of the second half. Thomas's drive's no good. That shot deflected, I think, by Jennings. Barber picks it up. Barber runs the ball to the floor. He finds Hughes. Hughes travels with the basketball. And that'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to EMCC. However, the Trojans have opened up their largest lead of the evening at 17 points, 47-30. 16:15 remaining in the second half. Young guarded by Horton. Horton guarded by Young. Horton has 14 points. He runs the line offense. Harris will look to get the ball down low to Scott. Scott dribbles it out into the corner, dribbles around his defenders. No contact, or lots of contact, no call. Shot missed by Scott. Instead, the Trojans will move the ball to the floor. Jennings will run the floor. Nice assist to Quashad Young. Terrell Jennings now with his second basket of the ball game. He'd give him 4. Trojans now lead by 19 points here with 16 minutes to play in the ball game. Horton will pull up jumper from the elbow. That one drops. Cam Horton now with 16 points and a timeout on the floor from East Mississippi. There'll be a 30-second East Mississippi timeout. Trojans leading by 17 points when we return on the MDCC Sports Network.
Make up your mind.
Following the Cam Horton basket and EMCC timeout, it'll be Trojan basketball. Mississippi Delta leading 49-32, 16 minutes to play. Barber inbounds. They're going to go. The Lions are going to go with a full court press. Trojans are able to break it. DeAndre Finley's checked into the ball game. Finley passes off to Barber. Barber's at the top of the circle. He gives the ball off to Finley. Finley will run the point now. Finley will dribble the ball near sideline in front of the Trojan bench. He drives. Kicks off to Hughes in front of the Trojan bench. That 3 no good. Rebound goes to EMCC. Loose ball on the floor. Finley grabs it. And we have a jump ball. And it will remain with Mississippi Delta. Ilian Scott seems to be shaken up on the play, holding his mouth. He will immediately come out of the ball game. Dwayne Cox will check in for him. Scott will be checked out by the EMCC trainer. It's Mississippi Delta basketball, 25 on the shot clock. DeAndre Finley will inbound. Xavier Jones in front of the Trojan bench. Dribbles into the lane, finds Jennings. Jennings' shot's blocked. Loose ball picked up by EMCC. EMCC runs the floor. That shot blocked. Loose ball picked up by Mississippi Delta. Trojans will go back on the other side with a break. Finley has the ball deflected out of his hand. He loses the ball. It's a little bit of a sloppy basketball right now. That pass dropped. However, the layup is good for EMCC to cut the deficit to 15. Lions again will go the full court press. Jennings has nobody in front of him. He traveled with the basketball, however. The ball will go back to the Lions. Another careless turnover on Mississippi Delta. Trojans moving a little bit too dangerously right now with the basketball. A couple of turnovers in a row has given East Mississippi a chance to cut the 19-point lead now down to 15. EMCC ball. Barber will guard Horton. Horton leads all scorers with 16. He drives in the lane. He'll go up with the right hand, knock it down. Cam Horton having quite the night. Mississippi Delta trapped in the corner. We have a foul called on the floor. That foul will go on Keith Harris. That's his third personal. Is the first EMCC team foul of the second half. Barber will inbound. EMCC remains in a full court press. James Jones is checked at the ball game. Finley tries to go to Jones. That ball swatted away off the window. Leads to a fast break for EMCC. And a blocking foul is called as Dwayne Cox goes to the lane. Count the basket. We have a dispute on the floor. There's a conference at the scorer's table now between the official and our head scorer. In the meantime, at Mississippi Delta's coach Derek Fears has called a timeout. We will be back with second half action on the MDCC Sports Network. We return to action with Dwayne Cox for East Mississippi at the free throw line, looking to complete his three-point play. There's a blocking foul. Count the basket earlier before the timeout. Not sure what was going on at the scorer's table before we went for that break. However, Cox's free throw will bounce in and count it for Dwayne Cox. He now has 5 points. East Mississippi has cut the lead to 10, 49-39. East Mississippi gets a 5-second call on Mississippi Delta, causing another turnover. It'll be Lion basketball underneath the Trojan basket. Thomas's right-hand runner, no good. Rebound to Jamal Smith. Mississippi Delta looking to stop this run that East Mississippi's on. Trojans still up by 10 here with 14 minutes to go in the ball game. Finley with the ball in front of their bench in the corner. He drives into the lane. He's able to sneak a pass off to Barber. Barber's three is short, no good. Rebound to EMCC. They're going to move fast. Horton will lead the break. Horton passes off to Harris. Harris has the ball in the corner. He'll dribble out, give off to Horton. Horton guarded by Barber. Horton with some fancy dribbling. Dribbles off somebody's foot. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Harris with the basketball. He finds Cox, back to Horton. Horton will pull a three from the top of the circle. That one no good. Rebound tipped from Smith, to Finley. Finley will run the break. He'll have that one knocked out of his hands, however recovered by Smith. Smith will go off window and good. Jamal Smith with his second basket of the ball game. He has 4 points. Lead back to 12 for Mississippi Delta. Finley now will check on to Horton, the leading scorer in tonight's ball game, with 18 points. Thomas will drive into the lane. He'll lose control of the ball. Pass off to Horton. Horton will pull over 3, and he knocks it down. Cam Horton now at 21. Barber will run the far sideline. Dribble around a defender. Rebound goes to Jones. Jones goes over to the back to get it. So that'll be another foul on James Jones. That's his 4th personal foul. Anthony Hughes will check into the ball game, along with a few other substitutes. Shaven Flowers comes in, same with Avion Graham. Mississippi Delta 51, East Mississippi 42. Trojans lead by 9. Their lead was 19 at one point here in the second half. The Lions have cut it down to 9. Horton with the basketball. He's got 21. Finds Harris. That ball knocked away. Flowers picks it up. Trojans with the basketball, and they'll slow things down and set their offense up. Finley runs the point guard. He directs traffic. He's trying to set up a play. At the top of the circle, Finley. He'll go right. He'll hesitate, go right, dribble with the right hand. Pass it underneath to DeShaven Flowers with the layup underneath. Flowers now has 6 points. Horton with the basketball in front of the scorer's table. He'll pass into the corner. They'll try to get down low. That's going to be a 2 for Thomas. It looks like there's going to be an offensive foul on East Mississippi. That foul will go on East Mississippi, which will allow them to set up their full court press. Mississippi Delta has struggled here in the second half, breaking the full court press. They even had a 5-second violation earlier, about two or three possessions ago. They'll give it to Flowers. Flowers will pass it up to Smith. Smith will drive into the lane. His shot rejected. However, he's able to maintain control and put it up and in. Jamal Smith now with 6 points. The lead back up to 13 points for Mississippi Delta, under 12 minutes to play. Cam Horton guarded by, seems like everybody. However, we have a goaltending on the play, which will give East Mississippi 2 easy points. That layup attempt by Cam Horton went well over the rim, not even close to going in the basket. However, basket interference is called. Give Horton 2 more points. He's now got 23. The lead's up to 11. 3-ball for Avion Graham in front of the Trojan bench. No good. Rebound to Bell. Bell runs up the floor, passes off to Harris. Harris will go to Horton. Horton will pull up a 3. And that guy can't miss tonight. Cam Horton now has 26 points. He's got nearly all of East Mississippi's offense. Flowers will run the floor. Flowers off to Graham. Excuse me, that was Smith. Smith shot is blocked. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll remain Trojan basketball. Cam Horton single-handedly has cut the Trojan lead to 8 points. He has 26 of his team's 47. It's 55-47. Mississippi Delta 8-point lead, under 12 minutes to play. Hughes with the ball. One dribble. He'll go into the lane. Blocking foul called as he goes up. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul on number 14, Terriante Thomas, his second. Anthony Hughes with a nice drive. Drawing the blocking foul. Anthony Hughes had 5 first-half points. No points here in the second half. He picked up 2 early fouls. He's back on the floor, the 6'3" sophomore from Clinton, Mississippi. Anthony Hughes on the line to shoot 2 as soon as the moisture on the floor is wiped up by tonight's official. Anthony Hughes shooting the front end of his 2 free throws. That one up and good. Hughes knocks down the first. Lead back to 9 for MDCC. Waiting the second one, it's up and it is good. Hughes knocks them both down. He now has 7 points, and it's a 10-point, 57-47 Trojan lead. Cam Horton, the one-man show, will pass it off. The Lions will move the ball around. Thomas will try and drive. Cam Horton will get the basketball again. Horton will pull up from distance. He knocks it down. is a long two, is a long fall away two. He knocks it down. He now has 27 points. Count the basket. He'll go to the line to complete the three-point opportunity. That is the 6th Trojan team foul of the second half. Knocks it down to complete the three-point play. Cam Horton now has 29 points. Grammo driving the lane. He'll lay it up. No. The alley-oop attempt to Flowers is a little bit high. No good. East Mississippi's now on the run. Thomas will drive in. High off the window as he falls down to the ground. It's good for Terriante Thomas. Thomas now has 4 points. East Mississippi's cut the lead to 5. Finley will go in the lane, trying to go behind the back. That pass no good. The last touch by EMCC. Mississippi Delta, who once led by 19 points in the second half. A little bit of confusion as we thought there might have been a timeout called. There is not. Flowers' pass cross court is intercepted. EMCC's on the run. Cox with the basketball, spins in the lane. His shot no good. Tipped up and around. It'll be last touched by a Lion. And it'll be Trojan basketball. Coach Fears has called a timeout. We'll be back in the second half with 10 minutes to go when we come back on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to the JT Hall Coliseum as East Mississippi has ripped off quite an impressive run here since going down by 19 points. Very early in the second half, we're now at 10:22 remaining. It's a 5-point Trojan lead over the Lions. As the Trojans are now on the run. That shot deflected by Bell out of bounds. It'll be last touched by Bell. It'll remain Trojan ball. 23 on the shot clock. Charles Jennings will check back into the basketball game. Jennings with 2 fouls and 4 points in this ball game. Finley will inbound. Finds Jennings. Jennings dribbles in the lane. That right-handed hook shot is good. Give Jennings 6 points now, lead up to 7. Horton, who leads all scorers with 29, gives the ball off to Harris. That three ball from Cox up, no good. That rebound pulled down by Terriante Thomas of East. Passing the lane to Bell. Bell's hook shot is good. That right-hand hook is good. Give East Mississippi 2 more points. That'll be Bell's first points of the ball game, a second chance opportunity. Graham moves the ball down the floor. His pass is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball underneath their own basket. 9.5 to play. Trojans by 5. East Mississippi has not led in this ball game. They haven't trailed by 3 since early on in the first half. Finley will pull a 3. He'll knock it down in front of the Trojan bench. DeAndre Finley for 3, giving the Trojans an 8-point lead. Horton with the basketball. He's got 29. Passes off to Harris. Harris back to Horton. Horton will drive baseline. A blocking foul called on Terrell Jennings. Cam Horton fouled hard as he went to the floor. However, Jennings is called for the foul despite being straight up. Substitute coming into the ballgame. Ilian Scott will check in. Seems to be all right after being previously shaken up earlier in the ballgame. Horton to the line to shoot 2. 29 points on the evening. He's been the offense. Excuse me, that was a 1-on-1 opportunity, so Horton picks up 1 right there. He now has 30 points. He leads all scorers by far. He's been the offense. He knocks them both down. He's got 31. Finley will inbound. He'll go over the top to Hughes. Hughes will run across the baseline, or the half-court stripe before passing off to Finley, who crosses the half-court stripe. Finley's guarded at the top of the circle by Cox. He'll go between his legs, spins into the lane. Finley puts it up. He's fouled in the act of shooting by Dwayne Cox. It'll be Cox's first foul. And DeAndre Finley will go to the line to shoot 2 under 9 minutes to play. That's the 4th East Mississippi team foul. Mississippi Delta has already allowed EMCC to enter the bonus. DeAndre Finley will shoot 2 free throws now after knocking down the 3 on the last possession. His first attempt is up and good. He now has 4 points in the ball game. Puts the Trojan lead back up to 7 at 63-56. Second free throw attempt upcoming from Finley. That one will rim around off backboard and go in. Finley now has 5 points. Trojan leads up to 8. Terriante Thomas will take the ball up the floor for the Lions. He'll give off to Horton. Horton will have a wide open 3. That one's way too strong from Horton. Rebound goes to Flowers. Shaven Flowers with the rebound. Hughes will pull up a 3. That one no good. And Cox pulls down the rebound for EMCC. Terriante Thomas on the run. He'll arrive in the lane all in by himself. His shot no good. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Mississippi Delta to remain Lion basketball. Eight and a half to play here in Moorhead. Trojans lead by 8. Thomas will drive into the lane. His layup is good. Blew right past Jennings on that one. Did Terriante Thomas. He now has 6 points. Trojans move the ball off the floor quickly. Xavier Jones checked back into the ball game. He gives the ball to Finley. Finley in the circle. He'll go ISO right here, looking to set up his offense. He'll go right side, lays it up and in. Shot rejected by Ilian Scott. He falls hard to the floor, and there's no foul called. Coach Fears pleading his case for the hard no call. Jones will catch the inbound pass. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound to Jennings. Jennings has it stripped out of his hands. Flowers goes to the floor trying to get it. Keith Harris will pick it up. Harris will move the ball up the floor. He'll slow things down for line offense. Jones almost steals it. Thomas, however, picks it up. His attempt no good. DeShaven Flowers pulls down the rebound. Seven and a half remaining here in Moorhead. Finley with the basketball. Finley will pass it to Flowers. Flowers has a tough time handling it, but secures it. Back to Finley. Finley moves the ball up to the near the half-court stripe. Finds Hughes. Hughes will drive in the lane. Hughes is fouled before the shot attempt. They'll call that one on the floor. That's the 3rd foul on Terriante Thomas. Finley to inbound. There's a moving screen called on Terrell Jennings. That's his 4th foul. That could prove to be a big foul here with 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. James Jones will check in for Terrell Jennings. Jennings leaves with 6 points and 4 fouls. Trojans will go with a little bit of a full court press here. They'll cover up both guards. Horton will dribble up the floor. Horton very dangerous. Passes off to Harris. Harris's three, no good. That ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by East Mississippi's Terriante Thomas. Thomas split 2 defenders to knock that one out of bounds by himself. Lions will full court press. Jones gives it up to Finley. Finley, he'll dribble the ball up, go around his back, find Jones for 3, and he knocks it down from NBA range. Xavier Jones now with 17 points. He's got the high for the Trojans. Under 7 minutes to play. Mississippi Delta 67, East Mississippi 58. Thomas kicks it out in the corner to Harris. That shot no good. East Mississippi moving the ball around the perimeter. Horton with the basketball now. Horton leads all scorers with 31. Find Illian Scott. Illian Scott drives in the lane. He's fouled by Xavier Jones. That's the 8th Trojan team foul. The 9th team foul. Illian Scott will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. East Mississippi's 1 foul away from getting in the double bonus. With our referees tonight cleaning up the floor. And we're ready to shoot some free throws. Illian Scott has 5 points in the ball game. The 6'6" sophomore center from Pascagoula, Mississippi. First one from Scott. The front end of the 1-on-1 goes down. He now has 6 points. Trojan lead cut to 8. Eight-point Trojan lead, 6.5 minutes left to play in the ball game here in Mississippi. The MCC making the far drive from Scuba. And Illian Scott will knock them both down. He now has 7 points. Trojans looking to get a split of this men's and women's doubleheader. Barber will run the baseline, looking to inbound. Full court press by the Lions. Good ball movement by Mississippi Delta. Xavier Jones has the ball. He moves it up in front of his bench. However, he runs into a trap. Tries to move out of it. Passes off to Barber. Barber will find Hughes. Hughes up to Finley. Finley will back off to the far sideline to set up the offense. Shot clock at 10 now. He'll pass off to Hughes. Hughes finds Jones. Shot clock's at 5. Jones will get a screen from Hughes, shoot a very long 3. That goes off window, no good. Rebound to EMCC. Cox will move the ball up the floor. All by himself, goes up with the left hand, up and in. Dwayne Cox with that one. EMCC is called a full timeout. We'll be back with 5 minutes and 51 seconds in the second half on the MDCC Sports Network. Following the EMCC timeout, it'll be Mississippi Delta basketball. They try and break the press. That pass too high from Barber to Young. It'll be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Lions now. Mississippi Delta leading by 5. Their largest lead of the night was 19 points, and it was here in the second half. EMCC's been hot here so far in the second half. especially that man, Cam Horton, who has 31 points. Terriante Thomas with the basketball. He'll drive in the lane. He'll lose control of the ball. Barber picks it up. Barber will move the ball to the floor and give it to Young. Young across half court. Young looks to set up the offense. Gives it off to Barber. Barber dribbling around the perimeter. Still with the basketball. Goes with his left hand. His pass wide, looking for Young. He can't find him. It's out of bounds. Another turnover, giving the ball back to EMCC. Avion Graham will check into the ball game.
You're in the middle of the court and the ball's over there. I had no cutaway.
Harris finds Horton. Horton with the ball right by the Trojan logo. Horton will drive with his right hand. He'll move it across. He finds Cox for three. Cox's shot's long. Rebound, Kushad Young. Young quickly moves the ball up the floor. He'll pass off to Avion Graham. Graham's three is up. It's short, no good. Horton with the rebound. Finds Terriante Thomas. Thomas will move the ball up the floor. Thomas picks up his dribble. Passes it off. Horton with the basketball now. Kicks it off to Harris. Harris down low to Thomas. And a foul has been committed in that attempt to steal the basketball. Foul on Avion Graham. EMCC is now in the double bonus. They'll be shooting 2 free throws for the remainder of the ball game. Keith Harris is on the line. Harris's first one rolls around the rim, no good. DeShaven Flowers checks into the ball game. He'll replace James Jones. Both Jones and Jennings have 4 fouls for Mississippi Delta. Harris at the line to shoot the second of his 2 free throws. Takes his time, his shot up. That one rolls around, no good. There's a lane violation.
Take a push. Oh, what are we pushing? Referee 3. Never mind.
Lane violation on East Mississippi after the referee dispute. It'll remain it'll become Trojan basketball. 4:42 to go in the ball game. Trojans lead by 5. Jones looks for somebody to pass to, finds Hughes. Up to Young. Young moves the ball to the floor, finds Graham. Graham will pull up a 3. That one off back iron, no good. Rebound EMCC. Horton with the basketball. He pushes it across half court by himself. He'll do some fancy dribbling and then pull the ball out back. Shot clock at 15. Passes down low to Thomas. Thomas will drive in the lane and kick out to Cox. Cox back up top to Horton. Horton will go ISO. He'll go with his right hand. Have it stripped by Hughes. Nice play defensively by Anthony Hughes. Trojans will move the ball off the floor. Hughes with the basketball now far sideline. Drives it into the lane. There's another foul on the floor. Blocking foul on the floor. That'll be the 6th EMCC team foul. Jones will inbound for MDCC. Looking for somebody to pass to. He'll go high to Hughes. Hughes has the ball tipped away from him and out of bounds. Last touched by Mississippi Delta. MDCC coaching staff not pleased with that call. Last touch by Hughes. Terriante Thomas will drive in the lane. He'll go one hand, right hand. That one no good, tipped up. Second chance, third chance by Bell, no good. And there's a foul on the floor. This time it'll be Marquedrick Bell with the foul. He had a third and fourth chance on that play. DeShaven Flowers will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Mississippi Delta following the Marquedrick Bell foul. Bell unable to finish at the other end for the Lions. Gives Mississippi Delta an opportunity now to extend their lead with under 4 minutes to play. First foul shot of the 1-and-1 is good for Flowers. Flowers now has 7 points. Does a little shimmy, shoots his second foul shot, and it's up and good. Lead back to 7 points for Mississippi Delta, who once led by 19 here. Horton with the basketball. He's been quiet lately. Pass it down low to Bell. Bell goes right-hand hook shot, up and in. Marquedrick Bell with his second basket of the ball game. They'll still go full court press. Young will move the ball off the floor. Move it across to the Trojan bench, slow things down, and let his offense develop. Mismatch with Krishad Young on. He's being guarded by Bell. Bit of a size difference there. Bell comes in at 6'7", Young goes in at 5'9". Shot clock down to 10. Mississippi Delta content to work some clock. Young will drive, kick it down low to Flowers, who goes left hand up and in. Flowers now has 10 points. Horton with the basketball. He's trying to do it all himself, spins in the lane. And he's fouled by Young, even though Horton was out of control. Foul will go on Young. That'll send East Mississippi's leading scorer, Cam Horton, to the line. He's got 31 points in the evening. First foul shot rolls around the rim and falls out, no good. Second one upcoming. That one hits rim, no good either. Young with the rebound. Under 3 minutes to play. Mississippi Delta 71, EMCC 64. Trojans holding on to this 7-point lead here in the second half. Trojans very content to run some clock and set up their offense. Krishad Young with the ball around half court. Young will go with his left. Uses that off arm, gets away with it. That pass deflected, and Horton will run the floor. Horton goes up and under, and is fouled underneath the basket. Very impressive work there by Cam Horton with the up and under layup. Xavier Jones picks up his fourth foul in the process. Horton now with 33 points. He'll go to the line to convert this three-point play. Timeout, EMCC on the floor. We'll be back on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back to Moorhead, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. It's Mississippi Delta 71, East Mississippi 66. Cam Horton is at the foul line following the East Mississippi timeout, looking for his 34th point of the ball game, looking to also convert on a three-point opportunity for a very impressive up and under layup. Trojans at one point led by 19 points. They've led the entire ball game. That one is good for Horton, who now has 34. Jones will move the baseline, finds Young. Young back to Jones. Trojans trying to break the press. They find Graham. Graham goes to Flowers. Flowers will drive with his left hand up and under. Tries the hesitation. That ball swatted away by Bell. We have a traveling violation before the hard contact. It'll be a turnover and give the ball back to Mississippi Delta. Trojans have led by double digits most of the first half and half of the second half. However, this lead has been cut to 4 points now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds. EMCC will call off the Dogs, or they'll call off the Lions in this case, and let Mississippi Delta take the ball up the floor peacefully. Young will dribble. He'll go all the way to the lane himself. That ball off rim, no good. Rebound to Bell. And Bell is fouled before he can pass that ball off. That foul is on to Shaven Flowers. It's his first. They'll go back to the scorer's table for some questioning. 2 shots upcoming for Marquedrick Bell for East Mississippi with a chance to make this a 2-point ball game. His first attempt is no good. This game would be a lot closer if East Mississippi shot any better from the charity stripe. DeAndre Finley checks in the ball game for Rashad Young. Bell's second free throw attempt is up and good. Bell now has 5 points. A little bit of a substitution error there. Trojans trying to break the press. They find Flowers. Flowers gets it across half court, finds Hughes. Hughes will give it off to Graham. Graham back to Finley. Finley will set the offense up as he's near the Trojan logo. He'll drive with his right hand in, and he's fouled on his drive. Well outside the perimeter. There's some very disgruntled fans here in the JT Hall Coliseum. However, that foul will go on EMCC. We'll send DeAndre Finley to the line to shoot 2. Finley with 5 points in the ball game. The 6-foot sophomore point guard from Holly Springs, Mississippi. His first attempt on the 1-and-1 is good.
Center up. 3. Center up.
1:53 remaining. It's Mississippi Delta 72, East Mississippi 68. Finley at the line. The back end of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebound EMCC. Cam Horton now has the basketball. He's got 34 points in the ball game. Terriante Thomas will drive into the lane. Kicks it out to Harris. Harris's three is well off the mark. Rebound Finley. That 3 ball didn't hit anything. Minute and a half to play in the ball game. Trojans lead by 4. Trojans led by 1.19. And they led by double digits for the majority of the ball game. Trojans will move the ball slow. Shot clock down to 10. Finley will drive into the lane. He pulls up, finds Jones. Jones kicks it off to Young. Young will go right side. He'll pull up from the elbow. That shot good. Rashad Young. Young now has 10 points. Trojan lead back up to 6. 1 minute to play. Horton with the basketball. He'll drive into the lane. He'll go up and under with the right hand, and it's good. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll be back with the last minute of the ball game on the MDCC Sports Network. Following the East Mississippi timeout, it'll be Mississippi Delta ball, exactly 1 minute remaining on the clock. Trojans hanging on to a 4-point lead. Xavier Jones will inbound. He's got Hughes, Flowers, Finley, and Young on the floor. Trojans playing a little undermanned tonight, and they've already committed some fouls from their big men. Foul on that play from East Mississippi. Jordan Lee, who's checked in the ball game for East, he commits his first foul. That'll send Young to the line to shoot 2. 54 seconds remaining in the ball game. Trojans' next foul on the Trojans will send them into the double bonus. So 2 shots for both teams the remainder of the ball game. Young to the line. Kashad Young has 10 points in the ball game. Front end of the 1-and-1 is up, and it's good. Kashad Young now with 11, putting the Mississippi Delta lead up to 5. 75-70, 54 seconds remaining in the ball game. 2 free throws the rest of the way for both teams here in Moorhead. That free throw up and good. Kashad Young hits them both. Trojans will go with a little bit of light pressure, but they'll back off. Harris will drive into the lane all by himself. That shot rejected out of bounds by DeShaven Flowers. East Mississippi coach Billy Begley wants a goaltending call, won't get it. However, remain East Mississippi basketball. 46 seconds to go on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Thomas will drive into the lane. His runner with the right hand is good. Timeout by East Mississippi on the floor. We'll be back for the remaining 40 seconds when we come back on the MDCC Sports Network. Welcome back, fans. Trojans to inbound here, up by 4 points, 76-72, 40.4 seconds remaining in the ball game. Both teams are in the double bonus. Trojans go for the Hail Mary pass, and it's well over the head of Kashad Young, his intended receiver on the play. There'll be a unforced turnover, giving East Mississippi the ball under their own basket. Cam Horton will inbound. Deflected away. Thomas with the basketball. Thomas will drive. He'll try and do it all by himself. He hangs in the air with the right hand. No. Finley grabs the rebound. He's bodied. Hughes with the basketball now. Trojans push it up. Finally are fouled. Foul by Marquedrick Bell. That's his second. That'll send Xavier Jones to the line to shoot 2. Xavier Jones with 17 points, looking to add to his total and make this a 2-possession ball game. Hits his first one. Trojan lead now up to 577-72, 25.7 seconds remaining. 18 points for Xavier Jones. He hits the second one. 19 points for Jones. Cox will drive it in the lane himself and lay it up and in. Cuts the lead to 4. Finley with the basketball. He'll try and break the press all by himself. No reach-in call there. But we do have a foul. That foul will go on Cox. DeAndre Finley will go to the line with 14.1 seconds and Mississippi Delta having a 4-point lead. First one is good for Finley. Finley now has 7 points. Finley's been very effective off the bench. He hits that second free throw, a little bounce in. The bounce and drop in. Khalil Strickland checks into the ball game for Xavier Jones. Mississippi Delta leading 80-74, 6-point lead with 13.8 seconds to go in the ball game.
Oh my gosh. Can we get the clock fixed?
A clock adjustment. They've now set it to 14 seconds. 14.1 seconds, excuse me. And we'll play on. Bell inbounds to Thomas. Thomas pushes the ball up the floor. He'll pull a long three. That one no good. Rebound to Finley. Finley will escape the pressure with the basketball, give it off to Hughes. Hughes will put one dribble, lay it up and in with the right hand off the window as time expires. And Mississippi Delta will pull this one out 82-74. Thank you for tuning in, fans. We'll see you on Thursday for Mississippi Delta's next home game on the MDCC Sports Network.